What up, everybody? How's it going on this very dreary Sunday evening? Looks a lot better on screen, I'll tell you that. Very dreary and bleak and rainy. Oh, you guys are getting super talkative. Wow. That's pretty wild. Holy crap. 66 comments and counting. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna close down my email client so I don't get dinging and ringling and notifications. 72 comments. All right, guys, relax, man. Relax. Bright and sunny for you because you're in Northern Cali. Not Southern Canada. It's different thing there, Marcus. Different thing for sure. So let me just pop in and say hello to everybody right away. What's up, Tom? You knew that I loved the Temple of Doom, named the show after the opening song? What? You know I didn't watch it, Tom. You know I didn't watch it. Hey, Hyger, what's happening? Definite Kali worshiper? Okay, definitely don't know what you're talking about. Must be Temple of Doom stuff, I guess. Heroes. We could be heroes just for one day. Heading out on vacation Tuesday. Nice. Good for you, Hyger. Where the hell are you heading out to? I betrayed Shiva. She had it coming to her. Let's see. Hey, Dwayne's Pain. What's happening, man? Just seen Hydra's seen a lot of complaints about heroes. Okay. Sucky Khan, maybe then? I don't know. What's up, CJ? And who else is here? Whoa, look at that. David's at work. David Barr in the house. What a fantastic guest he was again last week. Give him a big hand. Thank you so much again, David. Had a lot of fun. Just want to put it out there for any of you who want to, if you're interested in doing a more of a David Barr style show and tell, come in and just show pieces to the camera. I'd be up for it. That goes for those of you who have done official show and tell episodes with me. If you have other stuff to show, as long as you don't show the same stuff as we've shown in the past, I'd be cool with that if you wanted to. So just putting it out there. You just got to let me know. And hi, Vivian. Thank you for the support as always, honey. And here we got, VIP people scooped all the tickets before the doors open. Well, it does not happen, Hydra, at every convention pretty much. It seems to be the complaint that is the most common, Jason Ladwig in the house. What's good, my friend? What's happening? Hey. And who else do we have? Marcus, how was your heroes? Well, mine was fantastic. How about yourself? How's about yourself? It was fun. It was fun rooming with you again, I appreciate that. Appreciate a good roommate. And good evening to you, John Brown. What's happening? Vivian's so funny. Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am back. What's up? The Rickster in the house. What's good, man? What's good? And we have, who else? Anything goes. Anything does go indeed. Before we even get started, I will put it out there. Anything goes and anybody goes. Anybody want to come in and hang out for a while? Shoot the shit? You're very welcome, and I would appreciate it tremendously. Don't gotta stay as long as or as short as you want. Few minutes, the whole show, whatever. I'm good with it. If anybody's up to it. And Jason got a great X-Men page. He did indeed. Congrats on that. I've already obviously told you through the comments, Jason, but yeah, really, really cool page. The Beast and Marvel Girl. Love it. Love that. Werner Roth stuff with Kirby layouts. So yeah, it's a big score for you, man. Should be pretty happy. I'm sure you are, and pretty proud, and I'm sure you are. So that's cool. Let me see. Who else do we have popping in here tonight? We've got so the same names. I'm looking for some new ones. Hello, CJ. Go Blue in the house, indeed. Robert Berman in the house. What's up, Robert? Robert, weren't you at Heroes? I thought you were going to Heroes. I do need a haircut. I do, but you know, when you cut your own hair, it's like, you know, you get lazy. I certainly do anyways. Who is the long-haired freak on the screen? Look. Yeah, it's not easy. That's why I get I get lazy about it. It's primarily because it's not easy. It's hard, right? Like it's not like I have that much hair to work with, but because I'm not a pro hairstylist or anything. I don't know how to cut hair. I got to be very slow and careful to not make, you know, some big mistakes or whatever and take off too much or leave chunks missing, you know, holes or whatever. So that's it. That's why. It's the same freak. It's the same castle freak you've always known, Jason. Let me see. Who else? Mr. Red Jack in the house, of course. Maki Poo Poo in the house. What's good to both of you? Heat index of 100 here in Texas. Wow. That's pretty crazy, Hydra. Wow. And let me see. Hey. Hello, back and forth. All over the places. Hellos. Rubén DaCollector and the Temple of Grummet. That's a movie I could get behind, Rick. Mike Dellery, Mr. NSN himself, who was actually very nice. Very ironic nickname that he gave himself, you know. Southern Comic Geek forgot to pick you up at the airport again. Jason, you got to give him shit, you know. I know. That's why I can't trust him. That's why I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to go on my own, you know. Now that I got one of these new fandangled things, you know, I can actually call Ubers and I don't have to take actual taxis anymore, you know. I don't have to rely on Jason. Yes, SGC forgets all the time. You see what I mean? You know, even Tom knows. Ian, what's good? How's it going, Ian? Lovely to see you, of course. Ian, you haven't been by in a long time. Why don't you join me in the studio for a little while, just until you have to go? And who else is here? G'day, Jewish Dragons. My wife said I could get more Dampier art if I skipped Heroes, so easy choice. Man, that's all it takes? Wow. It's pretty sweet. Very loving and understanding wife, Robert. I got one of those, so I know what it's like. We're very lucky guys. MLB, hey, there we go. MLB, what's happening, man? Let's see. I need a haircut bad. What's up, long hairs? What's up, Mikhail? Hey, Mikhail, you also haven't been by in a while. Anything to talk about? Come and join me in the studio, man. Heroes has no Dampier art. That is true. You won't be able to buy any more Dampier art, even if you did go there. But I know that you know, Marcus, that he collects more than just Dampier art. He just posted a couple of sweet Micronauts pages. Those are beautiful. And no, they're not golden. I know some people are going to think, oh, it must have been Michael Golden. No, they were the Pat Broderick ones, but the Armando Gil inks were just delicioso. And what's up, Corey? What's happening, dude? And who else is here? Everybody's saying hello. And as I get closer and closer to the bottom of the messages, the end of the messages, I see nobody taking me up on my offer to join me for a while, even for a few minutes. I cut my own hair. Nice. Because you do the buzz cut thingy, right? I used to do that, but now my hair's too thin on top to do buzz cut. It looks, the thinness shows way too much if I buzz cut. So I gotta keep the top longer, significantly longer than the sides. Not this long, not this long, but yeah, but it's good. I like the fact that you're like me, save money. No point in going out, wasting your time, getting somebody to charge you 25 or 35 bucks to cut your hair, Got a haircut method I know to make it fast and easy. Nice. You're a self cutter as well? And who else is here in the house, everybody? Oh, Vivian's talking. Nothing wrong with your hair. No need to cut. Just saying. Honey, it is very long. It is very long. I need to cut a little bit. I need to get, maybe like this much, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, just a tad. And oh wait, David, gonna go to Outback Steakhouse. Here we go again. He doesn't care about Outback Steakhouse. He's probably never been there. Bone Temple of Doom. Tell him, Vivian, by the way, glad you're feeling better. Me too. And who else? We have the Prop King. MLB talking to the Prop King. Let me see. MLB, it hasn't scared off anyone else. Enjoy the Fosters. I can join, but don't have anything to say. Oh, Robert, that's good, man. That's good. Let's see what other people say then, Robert. You can show off your art, Robert. Look at that. I knew Tom would be the first to say that. Haven't heard of Snick having any technical issues. Oh, you're talking about that again. Love the micro pages posted as well. The Micronauts, yeah. The superior choice. Wow. Yeah, I might, Tom. It's practically there already, But also it's because I didn't put anything in my hair to sort of give it a little bit of a lift. Usually I put something just to give it a bit of lift, so that's why I didn't. So it's all collapsing under its own weight, Ahoy, Steve Mussolino. Steve, do you have anything to talk about tonight? We could bring you on and hang with me, You're very welcome to come and hang with me. Bangers are greater than bangs. Ruben, you wear a hat or put bandana around area you don't want to buzz short, so you don't accidentally cut hair you don't want. No. It's not that. You make it sound so easy. It's not that easy, man. He bangs. Are you doing a little William Hung there, Marcus? The best cover ever. William Hung and his cover of She Bangs. Or in this case, He Bangs. Ruben Thunberg. Do you mean Thunberg? Like Greta Thunberg? Of course, Steve is going to encourage everybody to go out and get haircuts and pay for them to encourage, as encouragement for his brother. Derek Neiman. Hey, you've never been on. You should come in and hang. Talk to us a little bit. That's funny. Yeah, so man, I'm just tired. I've got work to do. I'm gonna probably putting some more art out for sale this week. in a couple of days or so. I haven't gotten around to doing that. So I guess probably, yeah, that'll be an all day kind of prepping and planning, and most of the time, of course, will be spent trying to figure out what do I put out, what do I put out. But I've thought of some stuff, not everything though. And I think anything can change, of course, so you can't hold me to it. But I think this week, this time around, I'm going to be doing like a high end art drop. Probably not too many pieces, a smaller drop, but higher end, like multi-$1,000 type pieces. I haven't done that in a long time, so figure, let's see how that goes. I think that's what I'll probably do, you know. Well, I gotta email you a link, Robert. So if you just give me a few moments, I'll do that. Gotta copy the link here. Let me get up. What's up, Derek? The household is too chaotic to jump on. Maybe if things settle down and it's late enough, I'll jump on via my phone. Got you, man. Got you. No worries. No worries. And Ru needs to send you a link. Yeah. John C. sends his regards, David. What do you mean? Are you emailing with him or texting with him as we speak right now? Send them, of course, my regards back. Anyways, Marvel getting dropped. I'm not going to give you. I don't put, like I said, I don't put out much stuff. Like I have, you know, I tend to like to do smaller drops, but without giving anything away, because there's not that much stuff, so I don't want to give it away. But yeah, I've got some Marvel stuff. I think, in fact, right now, out of the pieces that I've thought of that I'm pretty sure are going in, I think it's all Marvel, if I remember correctly. But then I thought of a few DC pieces that I wanted to put in. So in the end, when all is said and done, like, it might be kind of a 55-45. It makes, you know, but again, it won't be too many pieces. Not more than a dozen, I think, probably. You know, maybe less than that, between 8 and 12 pieces. And there will be Marvel for sure. Yeah, and if I do say so myself, I think so. They're very cool pieces. So yeah, I hope I can find some new homes for them. You know. And Dueling Dealer is going to be fun this week. Don't you think it's always fun though, Tom? We'll just put the link in the public chat. Roll the dice. Speaking of that, I just got Albert's going to be updating his site soon. Got that email. And okay, so let me focus here on putting the link, and let me send it over to Robert, and then he can join in and we can enjoy all his nothing that he has to talk about. Can't be DC because he said high dollar. Oh, bad boy, Mike. Wow. Matsukeli Marvel art. Nope. But I have some Matsukeli art on my website if you want to buy it. Daredevil too. And in my Cap Gallery for sale folder. No, I don't, but the guys on will make it fun. Let's see. Albert has no interest in recap discounts. Just sell that DD page to Alberto already. He's too cheap. He wants to get it for $5K. No, thank you. Open for everyone. Better deals, dueling dealers, or cons. Haven't been to a con this decade, but from Comics Den videos, it seems high. Yeah, I don't know. where do you get better deals? It's different for everybody, right? Some people are scared to haggle. Some people are more outward about it and they'll love to haggle. And so it depends, What's my site called again? Well, since you asked, Tom, why don't you use your handy dandy phone and scan that QR code? And that should take you to my website. I'll leave it up there for a minute or two, I guess. There you go. For all the people watching, yeah. There you go, everybody. For decades, people told me everybody has a phone. So if that's true, then anybody interested in seeing what the site looks like, pick up your phone and scan that QR code in the top left-hand corner, and you'll get to the website. You can't handle the Canadian tariffs. There's no tariffs being charged on my stuff. Buy from me with full confidence, everybody. Not a single American charged with tariffs yet. You have been texting with John C. Okay. Work tonight today. Okay, excellent. Okay, well, be sure to give him my best. Basically, unaffordable. What's unaffordable? Sick. What's sick? Don't say it. I know. Comics are very high prices this weekend from all I've seen posted. And, well, thank you, Rick. Thank you. That is indeed the name. Although you wouldn't put the word "the" in the URL. Like I said, fellas, just scan the QR code you see before you in the top left-hand corner, and it should take you to the site. They're always at cons, Tom. Got to pay for that booth. Yeah, says CJ. So FYI, Robert Berman, I did send you the link a few minutes ago, so I don't know if you're probably getting yourself set up. I'm sure that's what you're doing. But just in case you were just wondering and waiting, at least you know, but I'm pretty sure you're just getting yourself set up. And that's what's still taking you a bit to get in here. So while I wait for Robert to come in, let me first give a shout out. Let me give a shout out here on screen to my newest subs, Nakam. I think that's how you would pronounce the name, Nakam. But Mr. Washington, correct me if I'm wrong if you ever watch this episode. And also welcome to you, a couple of anonymous guys that also subscribed this past week. I appreciate it. I hope you catch some stuff that you like. I hope you join us live some point. More fun that way. Okay. All right. And so while I'm also continuing to wait for Robert, why don't I, this is perfect timing, let me go ahead and I will do a few promos for our friends. All right. And who are we going to start with today, everybody? Who shall we start with today? We're going to go in order that the videos were put out, I guess, but always saving, because it's not a new video, for Nikki, it's always, a weekly show, so I always save them for last. So we're going to start, I guess, with Carl Sodergren. All right. His channel, known as Carl's Collection. All right. His latest episode. He titled it Crisis in Comic Art. An 80s punk rabbit, barbarian parents, and a custodian. So that's interesting. Makes you go, what's all that about? And as usual, he's got his usual slew of reviews of comic books, and he got some new art in his collection. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. As always, I'll let you guys check it out yourselves, so that it's a surprise to you. It's more fun that way. And you can check out the video if you haven't subscribed to Carl's channel already by clicking on the link that I put into the chat there. Right? And then Lee Parmenter, everybody, who I don't think is with us so far tonight. I haven't seen him yet anyways. He put out a video titled Movie Poster Style Cover and 2 Surprises from an EC Artist. Okay. So it's another unboxing from Lee. And you can check that out if you haven't subscribed at the direct link that I put into the chat right there. All right. So there you have that one. And then, of course, we have last, but certainly not least, Nikki B, as always, of course. And this coming Friday, he has a sale titled An Art Sale Without Fear. Okay. I think you guys can figure out what he's getting at. First of all, let me remind you that it's at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. All right. And the thumbnail for his show this week, this coming Friday, here it is. Check it out. An art sale without fear. And so I don't know what is going to be included in this sale, everybody. The only thing I know for sure is that he's got these 2 stunningly beautiful San Julian, Daredevil, and Elektra pieces. San Julian, otherwise known as San Julian. And those are absolute beauties. So that should be really, really cool to see in person next Friday. And check out the rest of the sale without fear at the same time while you're there. And hopefully, who knows, maybe we'll see more Daredevil art. Maybe that's what it's going to be, a Daredevil focused, potentially a Daredevil focused sale. Not sure. Always a surprise, though. So do check it out. Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube at the EXP. And let me see. Let me jump back into the room with you guys. And thank you, CJ, as always, for trying to encourage the likes. Barely half of you watching have hit the like button. Doesn't even matter if you like the show or not. If you're bored out of your mind, that's okay. Liking should not be about whether you like the show or not. Liking is simply to give people who make content encouragement. That's it. Just encourage us to keep going. I mean, nights like tonight are tough, man. Very tough. I'm tired. I'm super sleepy. I got other things on my mind. Yeah, it's hard to come up with, stuff from the hobby to think about, to be honest. I'm only here because you guys always want me to be here tonight. It was up to me, and you guys didn't always make me feel guilty about it. I would have certainly taken tonight off. But thank you. Yes, please, if you are watching, please, down where I'm pointing, somewhere below here, there is a thumbs up icon. It's the like button. Would appreciate if you guys could click that button. That would be very nice of you. Let me see. What else do we got? Any Dampier. I will not be having any Dampier. I will have no Quintana. I will have no Mannix. I will have no mystery sketches. I will have no Mazzucchelli. What is it with you in Mazzucchelli, man? Baruccelli. Are you kidding me? Exactly. 36 people watching. Only half have hit the like. Wow. Come on, fellas and females. if you're watching, just hit that thumbs up. Scott's in the house. What's good, Scott? I know, Rick. I know. I'm always welcome to take a night off. I know. Yeah, I know. I appreciate it, CJ. I know. Like I've told you, I'm pretty scared. If I take one will turn into 2 and 3. And then it may be several months before I'm back with energy and vigor, you know? So that's the fear there. Hey, now I'm missing the new episode of Dutton Ranch to be here, buddy. Dutton Ranch? I've not heard of that show, Tom. What's that? You only do one show a week. Have all week to think of things. I got other things to do. I got other things to do all week. I don't just sit here twiddling my thumbs. So I guess it's just a Western show by the sounds of it, Dutton Ranch. Don't fear the skipping. Speaking of don't fear the Reaper, I rewatched for the first time since 1994, a couple of nights ago, I rewatched this movie called The Stoned Age. How many of you have seen that one? It's a stoner, it's a slacker stoner comedy. For those of you who don't know, high school punks going out trying to get laid, get drunk, that kind of thing. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty decent. And I say Don't Fear the Reaper because Don't Fear the Reaper and Blue Oyster Cult has a small role to play in that movie. So I recommend checking it out. If you remember those days, if you want to remember your younger years, if you like that high school type stoner type stuff, whatever, guys trying to make it with girls and drinking and stuff, then I think you'd like it. If you're not into that, I'd say don't watch it. And let me see what else. What else do we have here? I also watched a couple nights ago Don't Fear the Reaper. Nice one, Rick. Hey, Peter. I don't know what happened to Robert. Maybe he's having trouble. But Peter, you're always welcome to join me. I'm not getting anybody. I had Robert, but Robert seems to be having trouble getting in. Oh, hey, even more reason why I'd like you to come in. You don't have to stay all night long, but if you'd like to come in for a while, and at least I was hoping maybe somebody who went to Heroes would talk about it. Hard to talk about it from the chat though, but it's up to you, Peter. I don't want to make you feel pressured, but if you want to tell us about your weekend, that would be fun. I think, shouldn't take too long, but I think that could be fun. Anyways, give it some thought, Peter. But what was the other thing I watched the other night? Oh yeah, 2 nights ago. So I watched The Stoned Age. And how many of you remember the movie? What's it called? Thank you, Ian, for like number 26. Still another 11 to 13 of you who need to hit the thumbs up button here. Please do that. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's called the State of Grace? Is that what it was? The State of Grace. It was a 1990 film featuring Sean Penn and what's his face? Peter, my favorite. I'm blanking because I'm tired. This is a my head's not in it type of brain fart right now. It's not one of those typical, I can't remember the guy's name because it's been a long time. Peter is the chat and co-host legend. Indeed. But anyways, I thought it was a good movie. Ed Harris is also in there. John C. Reilly. Yeah, really, really good movie. I thought it was good. I gave it a good 7.5, somewhere between 7.5 and 8 even. So, yeah. Be nice to hear from Peter, see some art. let's see, UFC at White House. Oh, how's that going? Is it pissing rain over there in Washington yet? Ian, State of Grace is a great, yeah, Gary Oldman, thank you. Yeah, Gary Oldman, and he's fantastic as always. Just an actor's actor, really fantastic. Glad to hear that you also really liked it, Ian. Yeah, really, really great. Yes, sir, Oldman indeed. Hey, what's up, Chuck? No, you're thinking of a different one. Christopher Walken's not in that one. But I think he was in a movie with a similar title. And maybe it had state in it. Yeah. In fact, while I was looking at the one that I'm talking about, the one with Christopher Walken was showing on the screen, to the extreme right on the screen. So, no, it wasn't Harrison Ford. It wasn't Harrison Ford. I already named you the actors. So basically, it's, yeah, there's tons of stars. Yeah, even like minor stars that you'll recognize but don't know the names of, that kind of thing. Sonny, what's up, Sonny? Gary Oldman is the best. He is indeed. He's super awesome. Yeah, exactly. Mickey, come on, rock. Or the Penguin from the Batman TV show. I watch this dude on YouTube who talks about all these good movies I never heard about. Guess they did poorly originally. Yeah. So I guess at close range is what you were thinking of. Okay. Yeah, that one was also showing on the screen at the same time. And it's also one that I had never seen. And so I might tackle that one very, very soon. I'm kind of like I'm in a bit of a Sean Penn mood. It's funny. In the 80s, I hated him. He annoyed me. But I could always admit he was a very, very good actor. So I might have to check out At Close Range this week. Yeah, we'll see. Gary Oldman is a serious actor. All right. So apparently Robert Berman probably is having computer issues. And Peter's just back from Heroes, is probably exhausted and doesn't want to come on, and he's too shy to say he doesn't want to come on. Or maybe I'm lucky and he's trying to set himself up. Maybe he's setting himself up. I have faith in Peter, but I don't want to pressure him because he's got to be tired from the trip. So, hey there, Sonny. What's up, Chuck? Hi, Tom. And, oh, Peter, you can join. Wow, that's fun. And awesome. That would be cool, man. That'd be cool. So you know what then? Let me do here. Let me get this email prepped for you, Peter. That'd be cool. All right. Let me see though. I gotta make sure. Hold on. Is it possible? ZQ. Let me just check the. Let me just check to make sure that I'm getting the correct link. Okay. Copied. Maybe. Okay. Hold on. All right. Here. Let me put this. I almost put in the link to. I guess it would have been Nikki's show. That was still in the memory of my mouse. But here I'm getting the correct one in for StreamYard. And there you go. It's on its way to you, Peter. Peter's awesome. Awesome. I can't thank you enough, Peter. I'll I'll thank you again. I'll thank you again when you get on. So let me come back to you guys. And let me see. Chicago Tom got a few pieces. Great pieces. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I just double checked. I definitely sent the correct link to Robert. So I have to assume he's probably just having some sort of tech problem setting himself up. But hopefully Peter will be here any minute now. In the meantime, a few people have jumped in. 38 of you right now, and those of you just jumping in, please, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button somewhere over here. Looks like a thumbs up icon. I would appreciate that. I need the encouragement. And we got a new guy in the chat popped in. Comics and Robotics saying, let's go Cyclops. Not sure why. And thank you for the updated numbers, CJ. 41. We're up to 41 watchers, only 30 likes. It's another 11 watching. Who could hit the likes, the thumbs up? That's fine. Don't need to subscribe if you're new. Don't need to subscribe. That's cool. But, you know, some encouragement with a thumbs up would be appreciated. So let me see. Yeah, get a great heroes reporting from Peter. That's what we hopefully will be doing. And, you know, guys, given that it's taking both of these guys a minute to get here, I'm starting to wonder if that thing that happened last week, remember where that problem happened and we ended up canceling the stream and then it had to start again. I wonder if that I don't know if what's going on, but I do have both Robert just popped in and Peter. So now we can find out for sure if they were having any kind of tech issues or it was just taking a while to set up. So let's find out, shall we? Let's see. We'll bring in Robert Berman first. Hi, Robert.
Hello.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Likewise.
Thank you. And let us bring in Roe. Peter. How you doing, Peter?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. Robert, apparently very good.
Here we are.
How are you doing, Peter?
Doing well.
Good. Hey, thank you for coming in, especially given that you did take that trip out there, and you must be tired. Can I assume that you drove this one?
No, I caught a ride with two other people, with Mickey and DJ.
Okay, but what I mean is you went by car.
Yes, went by car.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But you didn't do any of the driving?
No, thankfully no.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I would be like, if it wasn't my car, I would be begging them to let me drive, please. Yeah, the time goes faster, way faster for me if I'm the driver. Yeah, I don't like being the passenger, so it takes way too long. In my mind, it feels like it takes a lot longer, So, yeah. Hellos to both of you from Rick, of course. This is the long form show, says Marcus. Hi, Robert from CJ.
Hello, everybody.
Let me see. I'm a company man, Ruben. Only remember the good, forget all the problems. What? Hey, Robert and Peter. There you go from Tom. Robert, your miles piece is upside down.
Yes.
Says Marcus. Hello, Peter from CJ. Peter again from Marcus. It's a party now, buddy. Well, I don't know about a party. I'm kind of low energy tonight, and we'll see how these guys are. I mean, Robert's already admitted. At least he was honest. I like the honesty. I'm in, but I have nothing to talk about. I love that. You're honest, Robert. That's you're already halfway there. That's all I can say. Peter can take a nap in the back if he wants to. I would have thought Peter was in with the elites, taking those high-speed underground trains. Oh, look at that, Mickey. I was happy being the passenger. Wow, you and Peter both, Mickey. Wow. You both would rather be the driver. So you're telling me that DJ did the round trip both directions all by himself? Oh, but that's not really that long of a drive, right?
No, it's 4 hours one way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, that's nothing.
It's doable.
That's very doable. Yeah. Plus, if I'm driving, I think less of my bowels. Come on, come on. But yeah, okay. So why don't we get into this? Since Robert's just here to hang out, which is cool, and you, Peter, are nice enough to come in and just having gotten back from Heroes Con, why don't we get into it and let us know about, first of all, how was the weekend overall in general before I get into any kind of specific questions?
It was a great weekend. I went. Wow. So Heroes has, for me, is a little bit like OAX in the sense of it's a very much a social hour.
Right.
It's also seeing tons of artists, seeing tons of friends of collector friends and artist friends. So, this time my budget was pretty low, and my goals were pretty low in terms of for art stuff, but in terms of getting art, but just had a great time hanging out with everybody. Spent time with I think Tom's in the chat, right?
Yeah.
And Tom and Newell.
Yeah, but Tom wasn't there though.
Tom was there.
Oh no. That Marvel fan is not that Tom.
Oh, Tom McDonald.
Yeah, that's
Tom
another
McDonald.
Tom.
I mean, from Chicago.
Yeah.
Stingray. Let's see who else.
Oh, Derek. Did you run into Derek at all?
What?
Did you run into Derek?
Yes, ran into Derek. He gave me. Pardon me.
James Siegel.
James Siegel, saw him.
Yeah.
Actually, both of those tipped me to some art.
Okay.
And, yeah, that was very. Okay. Actually, there was a great panel which was moderated by Aaron Sultan and Dewey Cassell. I think you know those names, right?
I do, of course. Yeah, long time hobbyists for sure. Yeah.
Yes, and Tyler T, George Hage. I may be mispronouncing his name. Hodge, and one other gentleman. They were giving their views, sharing their experiences with getting sketches and commissions at Heroes.
You mean the panel discussion was about specifically getting commissions at that very convention?
Yes. It started off with how did you get into it, and so it's outside Heroes, but then it focused on Heroes. That was the panel focus. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, they gave some advice. They talked a little bit about some of the indie kind of stars up and coming. Some advice. They had a bunch of their sketches that they showed on the screen that they wanted to talk about. So that was a lot of fun. It felt like old home week.
Yeah.
Cool. So they did a great job. That was a lot of fun. I had never met Dewey Cassell. I think I'd seen him around. So that was really great. And I had seen Aaron Sultan once. He has a huge collection of Romita and Spider-Man art, right? Yeah. And so several years when John Romita Sr. passed, and I believe it was at Heroes, they had he passed, and within that day or the next day or something like that of the convention, 2 days after a day before the convention, sometime within a couple days, the organizers organized a memorial panel very quickly for him in his honor, and Aaron was on that panel. So, and I had only seen him once at that panel, and didn't remember his name. So it was really great to connect with him. He had photocopies of some of his art, which is pretty cool. He has a Gwen Stacy, Death of Gwen Stacy page. Some crazy Spider-Man art. So it was great to talk with them, and it was a fun panel.
Okay, and was that what I imagine that was probably 45 to 60 minutes, something like that, or?
Yes, an hour, about an hour.
Yeah,
the panels run about an hour.
Yeah,
and then
so
go ahead.
No. Go ahead, and I'll ask after.
They had a war panel, dude.
What? You mean somebody at the convention organized the war panel? Okay, but not war art panel, just war as a genre for comics.
War comic, well, yeah, war comic panel, but talking about artists, talking about
close enough.
Yeah. It
Wow.
was they talked about like the DC Big Five war books. There were actually 4 or 5 people. One talked about Milton Caniff and his work during the war, which was really cool. Another gentleman spoke about his upcoming book. He's a vet who has written a book about the revolution, a graphic novel about the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
So it was a great time. I was so excited because I was going, oh man, this is so fabulous. Finally, I can go to a panel that I really know a lot about.
Yeah. And, yeah. I mean, the guys are asking in the chat room, you weren't invited? You should have been up on that panel.
I didn't know any of these guys, but I was really psyched when they were showing their slides, and one of the slides was of a cover that I had. And I went, wow, that's mine. So,
oh, you mean like did they show the comic book and you had the
real cover, the published cover
as a comic?
Yes, as a comic. It's actually a cover of the Comic Journal with of Bob Kanigher.
Oh, okay. So they showed the actual publication, but you're saying it's the issue that you have the original art to. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What a nice coincidence, right?
Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. I asked a question about Enemy Ace, and afterwards they said they were talking among themselves and said, yeah, one guy said I suggested Enemy Ace, and the other guy said, yeah, we didn't think that would really fit because of the topic was World War II comic art, and so maybe that they're gonna do it again next year, and they'll talk about Enemy Ace.
Maybe, yeah. So it sounds like, since you didn't recognize anybody, it sounds like these guys were pretty much just comic book people doing the panel, and it just happened to be about war.
Well, some of them were comic book people. One was a professor who talked about.
Oh, okay. Right. My point being, this was not a panel at all organized by anybody having in our hobby, is what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah. So even more coincidental. That's pretty crazy. I mean, I would have flipped out if I were you. I would have been like, what? What's happening here? So that's
I was so excited,
Yeah.
Over enthusiastic.
And did you stay for that one too, the whole thing?
I still, and talked to them afterwards, of course.
Oh, cool. You let them know that you're a big war art collector as well?
Yeah.
Did any of them say, did it kind of register at all? Like when you said I'm an original art collector, like, or was it just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, that's nice?
Oh, I think they knew what that was. Yeah, I think they understood. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them were, regular readers of the books, so they knew quite a bit, about art. And one of them had done a considerable research about Milton Caniff at the Billy Ireland Museum.
Right.
So he's very familiar with, the original strips and the art that Caniff did for during the war.
Right.
So
they talked about Terry and the Pirates quite a bit, or as kind of like one of the segments in the whole. Yeah,
and how it was such a popular strip that everybody read it, had an impact on everyone. That he did a lot of goodwill work for the war for the war effort. He designed something like 50 insignia for units and planes.
Okay.
He wrote something called Mail Call, which was intended for servicemen. I haven't read this Mail Call.
Yeah, I got that. I got the complete mail call collection. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it. And which was, good, some humor for servicemen. He received letters from all throughout the war from relatives or people or servicemen who were in the front lines or in the service, telling them how much the strip meant to them. He had a couple of letters from I believe the wife or the parent of someone who was killed, and they talked about how much the strip meant to them. So there was a lot of like actual letters people wrote to Kniff, and apparently did a fabulous job of cataloging all that stuff.
Yeah, he did, and that's why I hate to say Ohio State has a great collection of. For those of you not knowing what's going on, I root for Michigan, and they're mortal enemies. So, that's why they have the great collection, because ultimately Kniff, he had all that stuff cataloged, whatever, and wonderful giant collection of material, and gave it all to them. So they've got an amazing collection. I mean, you know what? There is, I believe it was IDW. I'd have to go check, but I have it on my bookshelf. There's a book. When they were publishing, reprinting the Terry and the Pirate strips in hardcover, they also published a book, really thick too, just like one of the other volumes of Terry and the Pirates, showing all the extra different stuff that Kniff had, which basically is all at Ohio State, the Billy Ireland Museum, So yeah, you get a hardcover book seeing all this stuff. Yeah, it's beautiful.
The other guy I forgot to mention, one of the other topics was Reed Crandall and Blackhawk.
Oh, you mean they talked about him? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool too, because they don't, he's not exactly somebody who gets a lot of attention. Not having really been a superhero artist, that's what always happens with those guys, right? So that's pretty cool. So specifically Crandall's Blackhawk?
Yes.
Because it was World War II related, I guess, right?
Yeah. Didn't have anything good to say about when they got into superhero costumes, but
say that again. They didn't have good.
There was a period where they were put into superhero costumes.
Oh, with the Blackhawks.
Blackhawk, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You thought the panel members, right?
I was like, what? Please, no. Don't tell me this. Oh my gosh. But I'm curious, on both panels, what would you say, if you had to estimate, was the turnout? Because I know these panels that are very specific, they don't get very many people, but I'm always curious to see, what they got,
Oh, the sketch commission was, I think, better attended than the war one, but maybe, I don't know if anybody was there in the chat who was also in there. I think maybe 40 people attended that one, and then James Siegel was there, Dave
40,
Carlson.
You figure there's about 40 in the audience for the commission collecting one?
I think so.
Wow, over 3 dozen. That's really good.
And then probably maybe 25 for the war one.
Okay, even that's honestly that's surprising. That's a lot more than I would have expected for a world, a World War II war comics focused panel. I mean,
yeah, a couple guys were vets, so they wanted to, talk a little bit, ask some questions. And it was interesting. Some comic book people who like the genre. So that was, but that just seems so weird to have a comic book panel. The last time I've seen anything like that was when they did the Big 5 celebration at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh,
25 years ago.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. And that's the only time I ever met Irv Novick.
Irv Novick. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
He was very frail.
He was still alive, but frail at that time already, right?
Yeah.
Early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah. Heath was there, Glansman.
Hey Matt.
What was his name? Rick. I forget what his last name.
Rick Beach?
No, Rick.
An artist?
Yes, artist.
Rick.
Anyway, he was there. He was
Okay.
there also. Another artist who did some war comics, DC War. But that's in the interim. I think I've only been to one other war panel that I can remember, and it was about G.I. Joe.
Oh, really? G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. The original or the Real American Hero?
It was about the original. Well, about the cartoon, more or less. And
Oh,
comics,
Real American Hero. Okay.
and how it's rather jingoistic.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay. Marcus, by the way, is saying Rick Estrada.
Yeah, Rick Estrada, exactly.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus. I knew.
Yeah. Michigan is the home of the Wolverines, baby. Woo! Yeah, and Rick was asking also. And here he is again. Hoberg. Well, we know now it's not Hoberg, but thank you. I knew that's who I was trying to think of, and it wasn't coming to me. Not too many Ricks, though, you know. And let me see, where was that? Yes, indeed. Matt got it after. Let me see. Hold on. Where was it? He wanted to know, Rick wanted to know, what did Dewey talk about?
Actually, Dewey did an excellent job of keeping it on track and just very well laid it out. Apparently, they had a conversation before, the participants had a conversation before, the week before having the panel, so they could organize it and talk and coordinate what they were going to talk about. But Dewey talked about his some of the things that some of the relationships that he had established, got to know artists. Talked a lot about George Tuska.
Okay.
Apparently knew.
Wrote a book on him.
Yeah, wrote a book. Yeah, Dewey's written several books. He's
written a lot of books, artist profile type books. Yeah.
Yeah.
For tomorrows.
He commissioned George Tuska to do quite a number of pieces, some of which he showed. Talked about how robust, what a physical how physically fit Tuska was.
Oh.
And then talked about how nice they were when going to their house, meeting it, and how he kept in touch with his wife after he passed away. That kind of thing. So it was pretty interesting. I had never met Dewey, and I didn't even know how to pronounce his last name.
Cassell?
Cassell, yeah, but I wasn't sure.
Did you ask him?
Well, he introduced himself, so I knew then when he introduced himself who he was.
Oh, he said Cassell?
Yeah, my name is,
Cassell?
So yeah.
Oh, that's great, because I've never met him, and I purchased things from him in the past. I just assumed it was Cassell, but again, you never really quite know unless you get it from the horse's mouth. So I'm glad to hear that.
Or Casel, or
yeah. I didn't figure either of those, but I figure Castle maybe as the second choice, but I assumed that was correct, but I was like, yeah, it could be Castle as well. Who knows, but
yeah, we get the names so wrong a lot of times, of artists, and it gets embarrassing sometimes.
I know.
You learn how long you've been mispronouncing something.
I know, which is why I like to correct myself once I find out I've been saying things wrong, Really quick, if I may switch over to Robert. Robert, Jason wants to know, what piece is that? By who? The Kitty Pryde behind you?
That is Zachary Baldus.
Who?
Zachary Baldus. He's not known in the comics world. He did one issue of New Mutants. Which I have all the pencils of, because it was only in pencil. It was fully rendered pencils.
Right.
And so it took him forever, and he just did that one issue of New Mutants, which was during the Utopia era.
Okay, there you go.
On my screen, I can pull up an example here if you want to, from my calf. Give me a second.
Oh, you want to share this? You want to? Okay, hold on.
Give me a second though to.
Yeah, no worries. Rick says that Dewey is a class act. He's always been very, very nice to me when we've spoken every time. So, yeah, very cool. And I haven't spoken to Aaron Sultan in probably 20 years, whatever, from back in the day, whatever. But he was always nice guy too, you know. So it's cool that you ended up getting to meet both of them.
And Tom says that Dewey had a interview show on. It had a collector interview with Bill on CAF.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few years back, I believe. Let's see. What are you saying about Castle Freak? What about the Castle Freak, man? Here's Matt. Clarifying. Thank you, Matt, for writing it out. Zachary Baldus, an SBA illustrator. That's the School of Visual Arts for the Uninformed. So yeah, very cool.
I got a page pulled up.
Oh, you got one? Okay, yeah. Let me. If you've got it, then it would be. I should be able to see it here, but I'm not seeing it.
Here, let me see how I can share it. Share screen somewhere.
Near the bottom, there's like a monitor-looking icon. Do you have a monitor-looking icon?
Share screen. Here we go.
There we go. It's coming in. Okay, it's coming in, and now let me add it here to the stage. Okay, so that's Zachary?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's New Mutants, Bobby and Amara and Sam and Shan.
Oh, look at that. Hold on. There we go. Interesting. And so this is the complete pencils that you were talking about, Robert, that you have the whole book of.
Yeah. This is two-page spread here.
Okay. Well, is that on one? So that's on one board or two boards taped together?
Two boards. When I put them online, I use Photoshop to make two-page spreads.
Okay. Interesting. Now I'm curious though, Robert. You said he did one issue of New Mutants, but has he done other stuff as well in comics?
No. He did some TV guide covers of the Legion of Superheroes when they were on Smallville.
Wow, really? You mean to tell me his entire output in comic books is one interior story, nothing else?
That's it.
How cool is that? Wow. What a weird sort of statistic to have on your resume, you know? Wow, that is so cool. And you have that story. Wow, that's really neat.
Yeah, when I found out he still had it intact, I thought it ought to stay intact.
Oh, it's very cool. Very cool. Now, Rick, sharing is indeed caring. It's like a stylized realism, though. Yeah, Rick. And Marvel fan says that's very cool. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing with us.
He does an amazing Bobby, I think.
Well, it's just a very different style in general. So I just think here, let me pull it back up again. Yeah, it's almost like he's more of a. I could see this guy doing maybe book illustration, something more along those lines. That's very different, but
like Mike Mayhew, maybe.
Yeah, very, very, very different. Yeah, it's very cool. It's different. That's what I like about it, you know. Matt, by the way, Matt is telling us that he also did a profit cover for Image. So there you go. So he's not a one-hit wonder. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Weirdly reminds me of the Adventures of Indy book from the 80s. Really? You mean the Adventures of Indiana Jones? You mean that Marvel one? Weirdly, that is weird, Rick. It's weird because I don't see how that art looks at all like the Adventures of Indy book from the 80s. I don't know what you mean by that. So I don't know, specify more specific about it, you know? Matt, once again, also checking up and letting us know that he has also drawn a few covers for Wildstorm and Marvel. Yeah, but just one interior story total. Wow. And Robert's got it. He of the complete story fame. Of course, Robert has it. Very, very cool. Thank you, guys. You need a special Monday show, pumping comic art with Ruben. What? Anyways, so getting back to you, Peter, and Heroes Con. I'm curious. Did you bother to attend the auction that they always do?
I did.
You did? Oh,
I did. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Did you attend the whole thing?
Probably half.
Oh, okay.
Half.
Did you come in the first or the second half?
First half.
Oh, okay.
I saw like the vest pieces. There were 2 vest paintings.
Okay.
I think they went for 6,000 and let's see, 6,000 and 5,250. And then let's see, Jeremy Bastian also in the thousands. I forget how much, but a very detailed piece.
Okay. One of his original illustrations that the kind that he typically kind of does.
It was a little bit different
Okay.
than, you know, what was it, the pirate stuff that he had. It's a little different than that, a little bit off that theme. But it was heavily bid on, and there was one gentleman who kept his plaque up, his number up the entire time. He was determined to get it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Just to get the vest piece.
No, the Jeremy Bastian piece.
Oh, sorry, the Bastion piece. Yeah.
Jeremy Bastian piece.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. So he just right from the beginning did this and just kept it up all the way till he won it?
He was determined.
He was determined. That is indeed yeah. That's very determined. Thank you for clarifying. The Adventures, black and white indie book. Okay. Oh, the Adventurers, right? From wasn't it Aircell? Anyways, it was a Canadian company for sure. From right down the road here, a few hours. Adventurers, yeah. Peter Sue used to do the art for that. The Adventurers, or at least the covers, anyways. Yeah, and then Kent Burles took over. Wow, talk about a blast from the past for anybody who remembers. Oh, and there you go. Peter Sue, there you go. Yes, exactly. And hi, Cab, by the way. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by and saying hello. And the Scarlet Witch piece. What about the Scarlet Witch piece? Did you see a Scarlet Witch piece, Peter?
I don't recall seeing one.
Okay.
There may have been one. I just don't remember it very well.
Yeah, you only saw half of it ish anyways, you know, so.
Well, it's pretty loud and it's kind of hard to see the pieces when they're showing them. So.
Yeah. Scotty Young for 16K, while that is a lot of money, you should know that, like, I don't know, sometime in this past year, he did an art drop of covers on his website. And whereas his covers used to be like 3,000 to 4,000 to 6,000 and 7,000, suddenly he did this art drop and all the covers were 5 figures pretty much. Like the lowest ones were like $8,000, and there was tons of them at 12, 15, 17, 20, and most of them sold. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I like the guy's stuff, but like, what is happening there? That's wild. Good for him, you know. Good for him, I guess. Elf Lord, I think you guys were thinking about. Whatever happened? Hey, Murdoch to Peter Sue. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he never really broke into major publishers anyways, so probably went into just regular illustration, I guess, non-comics illustration, I assume. 3 years in a row that Scotty is the top getter at the con. Is he really?
At the auction.
Oh wow, okay. Approximately what the young piece went for last year at Heroes, apparently, says Ian. And I read he sold his art supplies and doesn't do art anymore. You mean he's gone digital? Is that what you mean? I think that's probably what you mean. Yeah. Ooh, Mickey coming in and saying it was a poorly run art auction. Wow. Did you feel the same? Do you know what he's even talking about, Peter?
Yeah, they're generally kind of like that. So for me, they're kind of always like this.
Yeah.
It's a loud room.
It's hard for the course then.
I think it was harder because they didn't really show. Sometimes they would show the pieces. They walk the pieces around the room on occasion, but this time they didn't really do that. And so, and the screen was kind of small to see. You could see the piece, but if you're in the back standing, and a lot of people were in the back standing because all the seats were filled. It's unless you had gone up to see the art, then you didn't really know what the piece, it's kind of hard to see the piece.
Right.
And go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you mentioned also that it's also kind of noisy. And I've never heard anybody say that to me about Heroes. I've never been there, so I wouldn't know.
The auction is noisy. The auction is noisy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And now we've even got Tom saying it kind of is every year. Everyone won't shut up. They're always too damn loud. And Murdoch said, the complaint I've heard is that people just wouldn't shut the hell up. Like, what do you mean? So these people are on stage, they're trying to talk and trying to get bids for whatever piece they're currently showing. And you're telling me people are just randomly in the audience talking at regular voice levels, having conversations? Is that what?
Yeah, and some people are trying to speak louder because they can't hear themselves.
Oh my gosh. So, Robert, I saw you nod. Robert. You've been there before, so you know what it's like. Is that what it's like?
Yep. And of course, there's some alcohol involved.
Yes.
There's alcohol involved too?
It's an open bar.
Because people go get drinks and then they bring him into the room and, So the question I'm curious about, though, is...
Not an open bar, but a paid for
what? Yeah. But why, like, when it's noisy, isn't it incumbent upon the auctioneers to say, stop for a second, stop talking for a second and say, excuse me, please, we need everybody to be quiet while we're auctioning the lots. Thank you.
Oh, they do.
Oh, they do?
They say that all the time. Yes.
And people, okay, at a certain point, shouldn't you say, all right, the next person who keeps talking, get out. Just get out. Like,
yeah, but there's so many people talking.
But why is everybody so rude at that particular convention's auction? I don't get it.
Happens at OAX too.
Yeah? To the point that it gets too noisy?
Well, they say quiet down, I think, right?
Gosh.
OAX is smaller. But...
Yeah, there are fewer people at the OAX. And, this is in a ballroom. So, and there's not only that noise, but also the noise of in the corridor outside of people talking. So, it's sort of like people are getting to see their friends and it's just a lot of conversation.
Tom says everybody's drinking beer.
They ask people to like clap for something, and that just generates more noise afterwards.
They ask people to clap?
Well, they say like there's
like when somebody wins, they close one of the lots and they all right, give them a hand, that kind of thing.
That sometimes, or they just or people just politely clap after when the for the winner.
When the hammer comes down.
There are other times where they'll say, "Oh, let's show our support for so and so," and they ask people to clap, or so you're asking for audience participation, and then you're next saying them for telling them to be quiet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well,
But I can understand why they're doing that. But everybody's they are a little bit, they're just not. They're just not.
It sounds very uncouth to me. I don't know. I mean, it's just have some respect, right? I mean, let the auction take its course, and like whisper to your partner next to you or your buddy, whatever. Like, just whisper in hushed tones if you have to, but don't talk throughout while they're trying to get bids. I mean, that's so bizarre. Murdoch saying that booze was definitely a factor, but what is it about that show that makes people show up to the auction all boozed up so much? Or does that happen at all of these Comic-Con auctions as well?
Well, I will say that there are a lot of people. There's a lot of people standing in the back, so there's a lot of conversation going on also in the back.
Okay, you mean the people that are in standing room only are kind of part of the problem then?
Yeah, they're talking. Yeah,
they're 90% of the problem.
Yeah, I think
they're what, Robert? 90?
They're 90% of the problem.
They're good. They're the majority. Yeah, like.
So mostly the people standing at the back are just blah 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 blah. That's so weird. Okay, and you're saying that very few of the seated people are having loud conversations. It's just
because they're not standing in a group of 6.
Yeah,
but some people are also talking sitting too. So you do see that. But I think Robert's right. It's
mostly in the back.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Why don't those people shut up? I don't understand.
Are
you saying that those people standing at the back, are they the ones who just kind of like, they come from the bar with their drinks, let's walk in and check out the auction and what's happening at the auction, and so they're half in the bag already and they just start talking out loud? And is that why, do you think?
Well, they want to see the auction, but the auction itself isn't compelling enough on a second by second basis to prevent them from wanting to talk to the person sitting next to them.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Oh, wow. Okay. Sounds like a real shit show, says Steve. I know, it definitely does. I've never, this is the first time I've ever heard of this happening as an issue. That's like, it's a problem. And apparently these guys are saying that it's like this every year. So, wow. It's very disappointing to hear that, I have to say, That's we ain't polite like 99.99999% of Canadians. I don't know. I don't think it's a Canadian American thing. It's just, I don't know, some kind of weird, rowdy, let's get drunk and check out the auction and we can talk loud if we want. I don't know. That's weird. This is weird, man. It's such a, like, if it happened one time, like this year, okay, some weird thing happened. But when you guys are telling me it happens every year, that's really disappointing to hear. Because I was always under the impression that those auctions at Heroes in particular were fun to attend. And maybe they are still for some of you guys, but I know if people behind me kept talking, I would be pretty pissed off. I'd be annoyed to hell, which would take away the enjoyment of attending the auction for me. You know what I mean?
They are annoyed. Yeah.
Yeah. Even Matt's saying, like, it's bad enough that he's saying, it's no class. Like, it's that bad. That sounds really bad, guys. I have to say, like, that's really disappointing. Wow, there's got to be something they can do. I don't know.
They've tried all kinds of things. Trying different.
Oh, sure, I know, Peter. I agree with you. Like, I guess I understand why they wouldn't sort of say, hey, whatever, get out, because they're hoping that, oh God, please, if you're going to talk, at least bid and, hopefully get some bids from those people, because it is all about raising money, right? So
yeah,
I kind of understand, but there has to be a way. I mean, is there a convention that does an auction that you guys know of that is well handled, where people aren't too loud?
Well, Como,
okay. Yeah, barely anybody goes there, though. That's not, I'm talking like American, Are you guys saying they're all kind of very similar, like where people just don't shut up and it gets annoying, basically?
I don't have a wide experience to say.
Yeah.
I looked at people I don't have a big experience of, like, the few ones that I've gone to are fairly small.
Yeah. So it's funny because, Mickey just said, yeah, the bar is open. And Rick said, and lips. But Mickey also says they should have more seats. But tell me though, is he saying that because he thinks maybe part of the issue is that those guys at the back that are drunk and loud, do you think they'd be more quiet if they could just sit and relax? Is it because they're kind of restless having to stand up, or I don't know.
I think there are seats. I think they just enjoy congregating and chatting while they watch the auction.
Oh,
at the beginning, it's pretty full. The seats
really?
are full.
Okay.
So there's a standing room only. But as the auction goes on, people leave.
Right, and those people that are standing stay standing anyways.
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Stanley, what's up? Where you been for the last few weeks? Stanley, you should be happy. Sorry, guys. Let me interrupt really quick, just to give a little thing here. To let you guys all know. So next Sunday, I will officially have my show and tell episode with Felix Loop.
Oh, great.
So Stanley, you'll be happy more than anybody, I suppose. Yeah. So there you go. You finally know next Sunday. So please come back next Sunday. I'll remind you guys at the end of tonight's show, though. I haven't made the thumbnail, so I have nothing to show you. But whatever, I'll remind you verbally at the end of tonight. So Marcus says they can't take it seriously because most of them aren't there to buy art. Is that true though? See, because I find that guys like, and I'm I say this to you two, Robert and Peter, in like your opinions. I'm looking for. I feel like, again, and I'm willing to concede this may just be me. I find it hard to believe that people that will go there to the auction are not there to buy art. In other words, I feel like if it was me, if I'm going to attend the auction, I would probably only attend if I felt there was at least one piece that I may want to follow and maybe put bids on. Another way to put it is, if I knew for a fact, I looked at the pieces and I know nothing interests me, I don't want to own any of it, I feel like I don't think I would attend. What's the point of me going to sit there for hours? I'm not going to own any of the art. I already know what the art looks like. Why would I want to be there? I don't know. Am I in the minority there?
You're the minority.
Really? So you think a lot? You think you would say that most of the people that show up to the live auctions don't even put a single bid on a single page?
Well, Robert, what do you think? I'm not. I don't know what percentage are bidding. What do you think?
It's hard. I think that there may be. I don't know that most don't bid on anything, but most people who bid are at best waiting for one or two pieces that interest them, and so but they still sit through the whole thing,
right?
Because number one, it's the only thing going on at the.
Oh, I see. Because it's later on at night. Oh, okay. The convention's finished at that point.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do? Go back to your room and watch TV? Yeah,
that I forgot about that. So yeah, that makes more sense to me now. Obviously, if it's just something to do, right? Yeah.
Right.
And they tout it quite a bit. They talk about it quite a bit during the con. So because there's that stage, there's a stage in the convention hall where artists are working on their pieces. So right. It's a sort of a showcase.
Interesting. So Mike at nsnart.com for all your art needs says, I work at an auction and it can get loud. People start talking quietly, but then they have to get louder to be heard over the auctioneer. And as more people talk, the louder they need to get to be heard or whatever. Yeah. One begets another. And yeah, everybody wants to talk over the other because they can't hear themselves. Yeah. I get that, That's funny. Matt says, yappers in the back, beat it. Yeah, I can see how, I agree. I can see how it's definitely touchy. It's hard to tell somebody, get out. But what about just something like nicer, but along the same vein, you know, like, okay, we can't hear ourselves here.
So
we've said it enough times. Please, if you're going to continue to talk, please leave the room, talk, and then come back when you're ready to be quiet. I don't know.
Right, Robert? These
are Americans, Ruben.
Come on, that's what MLB said. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to equate us as humans and not separate Canadians and Americans. Come on. I don't think it has anything to do with anybody's nationality. I think I don't know. It's obviously some kind of a mix of alcohol, like you just said, nothing to do at that hour. Yeah. I think it's those two things mixed probably, because I have to wonder if there was no alcohol available. Do you think it would be that noisy? Do you think, like, you know what I mean? Do you think they'd still be rude?
It'd be less because some people want to drink, and so they might choose drinking over the auction somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or they might just bring their drink from the bar, from the hotel bar, the main hotel bar over, or from whatever for their room or whatever they have.
Right.
It's a lot of people are just hanging out with their friends,
right.
Seeing people that they haven't seen, or they're just catching up with. But it's loud. Just like you said, one voice and another voice and another voice, they're trying to talk over each other, and it just gets. I mean, I've tried to talk to somebody in the back, a friend I see, and you're kind of talking really loud to get heard.
Wow, that's terrible. Tom is introducing another little element. He says it's always the people in the back mostly that are dressed really nice that won't shut up. Would you guys agree with that? Like, what does that have to do with anything? What do you mean there's a bunch of people in the back dressed really nice? Who goes to conventions dressed really nice other than Vinny at Metropolis? Who dresses up for the conventions? Come on. I don't know if I believe that, Tom.
I don't see a lot of people dressing up. I see a lot of people dressing down.
Robert, are you always dressed up?
Like this.
Okay, but that's not. Yeah, that's more dressy than usual. Yes.
Robert
obviously, I don't know what Tom means.
Robert is always the best dressed.
He's always, yeah.
And he's not only the best dressed, he's usually several levels above the next best dressed person.
Several levels. It's not too hard to be the several levels above guys in jeans and t-shirts. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you ever see me at a show, Robert and Peter, I'll be in jeans and t-shirts.
Robert, you would actually be above average at that point.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes.
What could be worse than that? Unless it's a guy in like a Speedo and nothing on top. That's the only thing that could be worse than jeans and t-shirt. Come on.
Gym shorts and flip-flop and tank top and
I'm not pajama bottoms.
Never owned a pair of flip-flops. I'm not really a fan of that. I don't want to wear them. I don't want to see people wear them, but whatever, to each their own. But yeah. No, I've seen some people that, I guess you're right, that are even lower than jeans and t-shirts. Yeah. SDTC says, Marcus, when Heritage ran the auctions there, that was also crazy noisy is what you mean? Is what you think? Tom says, I've been to over 20 auctions and it's always been crazy. Usually about an hour in, it gets really loud from the drinking. So it makes its way up as people get drunker, I guess. Wow, that's really, like I said, the overriding thought in my mind is disappointment.
I'd say, though, it's so long that the hall starts emptying out and there's, more seating. It gets, I think, the noise level decreases. It's really bad during the first couple hours.
Okay.
It's much better in the second half, I think.
Interesting, because that's the opposite of what Tom's saying,
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Tom's saying as the people keep drinking, they get louder and ruder. So later in the auction, right, that he's saying it gets louder. Now, Steve says, I'm sure statistically, if you're standing in the back, you're less likely to bid and more likely to disturb and should be invited to leave. You see, I like Steve. See, I like his thinking. That's kind of like what I've been trying to say. Again, I know I'm not the promoter, and you are trying to raise money, and you're probably scared of potentially scaring any potential bidder away, and you don't know if the people in the back that are making noise, they may want to bid, So I get it. I get why they don't really do anything about it, but it's just a shame. Yeah, it sounds terrible. You guys are really making it sound like really bad. Like I would be really annoyed at something like that. I guess I'll find out someday, I guess, but
I mean, one of the deterrents from going there is, it is really loud. You can't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And it's hard to hear what's going on.
Yeah, that's crazy. Chuck says that at Heroes, it's a long auction. Many people are just there for one piece or two. Yeah, I mean, I think most people would be, probably me too. But I'd still hang out for a while. I mean, if I had somebody to hang with, but if I was alone, I'd probably not stay very long. But I would whisper, like to whoever my friend is next to me. I wouldn't be like loud talking. And even if I was drinking, I'm not a drinker, but even if I was drinking and I was a little buzzed, I'd still know to just go, you lean and you put your hand over your mouth and, you whisper. Like, it's just common courtesy. Like, I don't know. The PA always sucks. Okay, that's not good. And the MCs are fine, but not entertainers. Okay, yeah, I get that when the MCs are not the greatest, entertainers. Like you say, you got to kind of have energy and be out there. But you can't always get that. But the PA sucks. That's really important. So, Robert and Peter, would you agree? Is that another problem? Because if people are loud in the crowd, I think while it would be more annoying as well, I still think as long as you had a great PA system, to kind of power out those talkers, I think that would make a difference. It would make, I don't know. Or no? You guys don't think that would help at all? Or do you agree that it's a crappy PA system, first of all? Do you agree with Chuck?
I didn't notice that being the problem.
No?
It could be louder, I guess.
Okay.
But
it could be louder. I agree with
okay, well, that's all I'm getting at. You don't need to
there's
say
just so much noise in the room, so you can't there's so much noise in the room.
So much noise?
Yeah. That, it sort of it makes it hard to hear. I think if you up the mic, if you up the level, it might be sounding really, really loud if there's nobody in the room.
Yeah. Well, Tom says also that he's also seen guys that bid very high that have been drinking far too much. And so, drinking can also help the bids, which is true. I agree with that. Theoretically speaking, you could get yourself, if you can't hold your alcohol very well and you're the type to get loud and rowdy when you're drinking. Yeah, I could see how you're much looser. Your inhibitions are lower. I could see how you might be suddenly you want to play the big shot and, put down bids you otherwise wouldn't have put down, So I do kind of agree with that. That's probably part of it, Steve says that I'm going to take Monday off next week in preparation for a 10-hour show in Felix. New records will be made. No, regular show. Hopefully not more than 4-ish hours or so, 4 to 5 tops. Felix just posted Ruben's Holy Grail, the cover to Raiders of the Lost Ark 1. I saw that. That's one of his favorites. So I may have to show it next week, even though now you guys know it's probably going to be shown. Spoils the fun, right? It's very exciting. Go 10 hours next week. Yeah, sure. It's too loud. You're just too old. If it's too loud, you're just too old. We're all pretty old now. Most of the artists attend and are drinking as well, and they're friends, and they can be very loud as well. Is that right? Even the artists, the creators? Okay. They want to attend the event and socialize and have fun, right? Because they're seeing it as an event, because it is kind of like an event, but that makes them forget that, the point of the event is they need to raise money, and they don't realize how loud and annoying they're being, I guess, Guys, Peter and Robert, have you guys ever noticed anybody like in the seated audience, like turn around and say, "Hey, can you guys keep it down?" Or something like that? Like, you've seen that, Robert? Interesting.
Sure.
Wow.
People say be quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Not that they, I'm sure, bother to listen to that person. They probably talk even louder to piss them off more, right? So, yeah, but okay. Well, at least some people speak up. That's nice, you know? Nothing else going on in the area. No, I get it. I get it. And DJ, what's up, DJ? Social interaction with a cash bar. Can tell by the din in the back of the room from all the folks just talking. Yeah. Vicky says that one problem is that they did not have enough bidding numbers. Oh, you mean paddles for people who wanted to bid. That is a problem. That can be a problem. Imagine that, guys. Like, you trying to have an auction and you don't have enough numbers to hand out to people. What are you doing? That's pretty silly. Wow. Okay.
Didn't see that.
How many people would you guys estimate attend this auction at Heroes? Are we talking like 100 people or like dozens?
500? 500 maybe?
5? Did you say about 500?
What do you think, Peter?
Oh man, I hate estimating crowds. That's so hard. I'd say at least 300.
Yeah, it's not
What?
100.
Hundreds of people. Wow.
Mhm.
And this is held where? In the giant room, part of the hotel?
Giant ballroom. Yeah.
Giant ballroom. Oh wow. Wow, that's insane. Okay. Now I understand. Now I got a better picture as to why this gets loud. Hundreds of people, and of course, even if a minority of them are, all it takes is a few dozen of them that won't shut up, and it's going to get really loud, you know? Oof. Wow. Okay, outside the auction, the city's kind of dead. Saturday nights drinking, not draw. Like, oh yeah, except there were no theme parks around. So it's a very dead area. I get it. Ruben lives in the 1950s world. Nice like. Please shut the fuck up. They'll bring their own drinks. Well, I mean, I guess the alcohol is available nearby, right? And that's why they walk into the auction room with it. And DJ says that without alcohol, it would be more lightly attended. Well, sure. The only thing, DJ, is, are those, what percentage of those drunkards, what percentage of them actually put down bids? That's really the main key here, I think, because like if most of them don't even bother to bid, you don't really need them there, But if a decent portion of them are bidding, you kind of you can't say anything, I guess.
Well, they might bid for something, but one bid over the course of 4 hours.
Right. Yeah, like we said before. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Yeah, so it's, even if they bid, it's not going to be on everything. So the convention sales, the beers and the drinks for $10, they're making bank. And that's what it's all about. You got to make bank. Ben Templesmith. I don't know why you said that, but that was 10 minutes ago. The top hat guy. Yeah, I got a bunch of things here I'm going to catch up on. I just pulled up the Comics Den video from last year. It sounds like a hockey game in the background. I'll take your word for it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had checked out that video last year. Maybe I just don't remember the noise. I don't know, because I was kind of focused on what they were trying to say. I don't know. Well, watch the videos. Many there dressed nicely in the back. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'd pair it with flip-flops, right? Always the guys with the cane and monocle that are the loudest. Not in suits and ties, no, but you need to go and pay attention to the people making the noise. Okay. If they get the auction results they want, then it's working. Well, yeah, I agree. But this is what I'm curious. Do they get the auction results they want? I mean, Robert, Peter, do you feel in the time that you spent there, did you feel like the art sold for prices, at least the stuff that you were familiar with in terms of values, did you feel that it generally sold for fair market value? Or would you say sometimes fair,
More.
sometimes low?
Usually more, because people...
Oh.
Yeah, because there's FOMO and people get caught up in the spirit plus the booze. And
really? Interesting.
Yeah, art, when you're looking at art and you see what it is, you could probably... So it's pretty common to think, if I went and commissioned the artist, it would not be this much.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Okay. But would you say that, like, do you feel in your gut that you tend to feel that happens to like the majority of pieces?
Pretty common, I would say.
Very common. Wow. Okay. No, that's that. Thank you. I appreciate that. That gives me a
But you
good.
know what you're getting also when you commission an art. You know, for those who do commissions, you commission them, but you don't know what the art's going to look like. But there, the art's already done, so there's less risk.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Good one, CJ. That's why I said they need more seating. Right. Right. So how many people would you say, or percentage of the crowd, since you're saying, you know, you Peter said 300 people estimate, you Robert said 500 estimate. Let's call it, if it was in between, at 400, good enough. What percentage of the crowd would you say gets to sit down? Or how many gets to stand, however way you want to put it, you know?
90, 95, almost everybody.
Seated?
Yeah,
Oh.
There's maybe 50 people standing.
Oh.
There's not 200 people standing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. So is it fair for Mickey to say, oh, they need more seats? I guess he's just saying that because, the guy standing, maybe if they were seated, they wouldn't talk so much or whatever. That's probably what you mean, right, Mickey? Who's really angry because he says it was a crappy system.
I think there are more people standing than that, but I was going more towards maybe 1 in 5 is standing. It just seems like and then there are the people outside in the hallway who are talking.
Oh, you can hear those people?
Well, it adds to the noise, adds to the ambient noise.
That's what I'm saying. The ambient noise is you can still notice the outside the room noise as well. Wow.
As if there were 300, that's 60 people would be 1 in 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or 400 would be 80, right? Yeah.
That somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah. Tom says that he's seen many women specifically turn around and say "shut up" many times.
The one person I saw was female this time.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know.
Wow, good. They got some. They're the women, but they got the balls to turn around and say it. You know, that's awesome. Of course, people just ignore them. Yeah, whatever. Like I'm sure even if the guys would turn around and say it, they'd ignore them too. So,
Mickey, how many people would you say the hall has, and how many of them are standing?
Yeah, Mickey. In the overflow, there's an overflow area. Okay. Yes, many pieces donated go triple over the commission cost of the artist that gave it. Okay. I mean, I know that happens sometimes. I just curious to see how often it happens,
Mickey says it was more than 1 in 5 standing.
Okay. Oh, James got a Scarlet Witch. That's why Scarlet Witch was mentioned earlier. Okay, he got a Scarlet Witch at the auction, late into the auction by an unknown artist. Very big piece. Okay. So Mickey says there were less seats this year than last year, so they took out some seats. That's interesting. Okay. I should have a connecting room just for talking. Yeah, but then
they do have a connecting room just for talking, and that's also where the bar is.
Okay, Mickey thinks 1 in 3 were standing. That's how he's estimating it. Wow. Rick says outstanding auction. Being facetious, I'm sure. Marcus says I would guess 1 and 1 were standing. Oh, okay. But anyways, Peter, let's move away from the auction now. Peter, well, before we do, one last question about the auction. Is there anything that you bid on at the auction?
No.
Okay. Let's get out of the auction then. And the next thing I know everybody wants to know is, did you end up acquiring any new art for your collection?
So it was a pretty low budget convention for me. I picked up a mystery sketch. I got
Hold on. What do you mean by pick up a mystery sketch? The mystery sketch stuff still happens after the Comic Art Live event?
So they're sending out the mystery sketches. Bill gets the mystery sketches, and I reached out to Bill and I said, "Hey, can I pick up mine?"
Deliver it. Yeah.
At Heroes, and
okay.
He was delivering. He had various people had asked to pick up various pieces of art from him at the convention. So he was, he had some art with him to give to people. Gotcha. Actually, the fun thing was, my friend Lee Harmon and I were in the convention hall, and we ran into Bill and Kazra, and they had just arrived that morning off the airplane, and they were just arrived in the convention center. We're waiting for their tickets, and then today, Lee and I were checking out, and there were Kazra and Bill waiting for their Uber to go to the airport.
Great timing.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
You got him coming and going.
Yeah, but I got a mystery sketch, and
okay, but I don't count that because I'm curious. For obvious reasons, right? I'm just curious, but I'm happy you got your mystery sketch, and I'm sure we'll be seeing it soon, right? I'm sure we'll be seeing it soon in your gallery.
Yes.
Okay, and so let's put it this. Let me ask this actually. Because you did mention earlier that this particular show, you had a smaller budget than in the past. So do you want to let us know, did you spend that smaller budget or did you have money left over? Or how did that work out?
I spent what I was kind of expecting to spend or a little more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, okay. So for me right now, I had one sketch done in my sketchbook, but my big priority was, okay, I'm picking up the sketchbook from one artist and I'm handing it off to another artist.
To the other guy. Yeah. Okay. But you had the sketchbook and you took it with you, or was it that you had sent it to the guy and he had it already for a while?
So I love Ron Shepard's method for getting sketchbooks back and forth. I just am very leery of putting my sketchbook in the mail.
I know, believe me.
I've had this thing in since 2007.
Yeah. No, you don't have to say anymore. We've talked about this on my show before.
Yeah.
I would never, ever leave a sketchbook, even if it only had like the first page done, right? I started it brand new. Once I got my first sketch in it, I personally would never leave it with an artist, ever. I don't care what they tell me. Yeah, I would never, ever, ever do that. No, for me, it's just, I'll hold on to it. I'll keep it. I'm never going to take the risk, and I'll bring it back to conventions, and that's it. If you don't feel you can do the sketch, you didn't get around to the sketch you said you would do for me this con, hey, no problem. Some other time, maybe, hopefully one day, I'll get that book back, and I would.
So I don't want the sketchbook sent back to me, or me putting it in the mail system, because I'm very concerned. I mean, I just fear that it probably would not happen, but I have that very big, and once it's lost, it's lost. But I asked the artist, do they feel comfortable taking the sketchbook with them? And I feel that it's safer with them if they feel like they can take it back with them, and then I can pick it up at another convention. That works fine. And I just don't have that fear that you have about an artist not being responsible with the sketchbook. Right.
Hey, more power to you. My fear is way up there,
I know. I hear you.
Yeah.
Now you got my blood pressure going a little bit.
What's up, Lee? But okay, so in the end, you said you got a sketch done and you were going to hand it over to the other guy. But what happened? Did the ones that you wanted to do at that show get done?
Well, I had two people I was thinking about getting sketches from, and one it didn't really work out, and another person I gave it to him, and he was able to do it. And then, but I've sort of decided that from now on, I'm probably going to do the drop off with an artist and then pick it up at the next convention.
Right.
I just think the sketch is much better. They have more time to consider what they're doing, to think about it.
Oh, you mean if they take it home?
Yeah.
Oh no, of course that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
obviously. No-brainer. Yeah. It's just that for me, if I was a commission collector, that's the reason. As much as I love the look of a sketchbook full of commissions, right? It's fantastic to flip through. I wouldn't ever do it. I would have to do loose pages just so that when they say, oh, I didn't get around to it, do you want me to take it home? Whatever. Okay, I guess I'll risk that, I'll risk that you might never get around to it anyways. But at least I know, like you said, if they do take it home and they do get around to it, there's always a good chance they do a better job, because they're relaxed and they don't have all this shit going around, yeah.
There are huge drawbacks to sketchbooks. I recognize that. Yeah. And like when, after doing it for a long time, I realize I probably should not, if I was starting now to collect, I probably wouldn't start a sketchbook.
You probably wouldn't start a sketchbook.
I probably would not.
Okay.
It's a lot of time. It's very limiting. Whereas if you commission artists directly, you can commission several artists at one time. Whereas the book can only be with one artist at one time.
Yeah.
It's very limiting.
Very limiting, yeah.
And then let's say you get a sketch you don't really like. Well, you have to excise it out of the sketchbook.
Well, you don't have to. It's part of the journey of trying to fill that book up. So you could leave it there. But admittedly, if you don't like it and you're okay with carefully tearing out that page, that's actually not a negative. To me, that's a plus. The fact that you could get rid of it, right? I think that's a plus. That's not, I think that's I don't see it as
just a little more trouble than if you had a commission.
Of course, yeah. If you're comparing it to just regular loose pages, yeah, of course,
And the modern solution is just to get a 9x12 Atoya, and then you can, take things in and out. Have many artists working in parallel. You don't have to put ones in it that you don't like.
Yeah,
you can reorder them.
Yes, and I've seen that too. There's a gentleman who has been getting. He has artists do characters with his police symbol in it, and he has it in like that kind of arrangement, which is pretty. That's a really good way, and that's sort of like putting commissions in a portfolio, in a 11x17 or 13x19 or whatever portfolio, 11x14.
Check out one of the drawbacks Marcus mentions. I did that with one artist, and it was 1.5 years before they returned it in the mail. In the meantime, I started a second sketchbook and got more pieces in it than the first one had. That's it, right? Like, that's such a drawback, right? If they don't get around to it, then it's like you want to move it on to somebody else, but at the same time, your choice is, okay, I got to do the frightening thing, right, Peter, and ask him, okay, I guess put it in the mail and just please mail it to this guy or whatever, which is very scary. But if you don't want to do that, then you're stuck until this person sees you at some other show or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's just a lot of drawbacks. But you're not. How close to getting the book full are you, Peter?
Oh, I'm maybe halfway through.
Oh, really? Only halfway? Okay. This is the one that you started like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you say that that's because in the 20 years that have passed, have you been to like a lot of shows where you just decide, I don't want to take my sketchbook with me, or I don't feel like getting sketches, like, or is it just you always look at the guest list and it just so happens that there haven't been enough people you want sketches from in 20 years to have filled more than half the book. Is that basically it?
So when I started that sketchbook that was my second sketchbook in process. So
Okay.
I was dividing up my time and money putting 2 or more sketchbooks in play. And then finally I decided, okay, original one is done. It's retired. It's full. These other 2 that I'm working on, I'm going to stop doing those. I'm just going to concentrate on this one. And then I said, okay, let's just I don't go to, I only go to several cons per year. And so I get a sketch 2 at each con.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. It takes a long time if you're only going to a few conventions, right? So I totally get that.
I mean, if you're going to like 10 conventions a year, you're going to fill that out.
Yeah.
And it's a full figure sketchbook. So that's also a hindrance too. Because if you have just a sketchbook of headshots, head sketches, it's all going to be, and it's a smaller sketchbook, it's going to be a lot easier to do.
Right.
Both time-wise and money-wise.
Yeah. I like Steve's comment here saying that he has to imagine having an artist add to a sketchbook that's already got great art in it will make the next artist dig deep and give you an A+ example or effort, I guess. Especially thinking, future artists will also end up seeing the art they're doing. And I believe there's definitely some truth to that. In fact, I've heard collectors who do who keep sketchbooks. I've heard them tell stories about how such and such artist looked through it, and then they're like, "Oh my God, you want me to do a sketch in this?" And because they always look through it to see what other people have done, and then when they see some really nice pieces, it's like, oh, they feel intimidated, But it's true that if they're intimidated, they that's the plus side, is that they'll give you a better effort because of it, And Marcus, I just want to say, you're saying that loose pages is not the same. You need it in one book to make it special to you personally. I mean, I get that. That's why I said I always love the idea as from a true like a collector standpoint, just somebody who's gonna fill up a book over time, and you just got this great book of great pieces by different artists it'll have been done over many years in most cases. You always look back, it's all in order of by year that you got them, and I think it looks fantastic. That's why I love the idea of it. You know what I mean? It is special personally if you can get one really filled up. It's just a question, like we're saying, there's so many cons, right? There's pros, but there's a lot of cons to it. So that's the tough part. So let me see. I would think 50 individual pieces would sell more than one art book with 50. Well, you're talking about resale value. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't look at a sketchbook for resale value. It's more
no, obviously.
And yeah.
MLB, he's honest. So that's why I respect him. He has admitted he gets enough money thrown at him for art. It's for sale, He doesn't want to live and die with the artwork. So that's why he's always interested in the economics of it all. But yeah, you're right. I've seen plenty of sketchbooks go up on the auction lot, and filled with sketches. And yeah, because the thing you have to remember, MLB, is when you're bidding on something like that, you don't like all the pieces. You're looking at them all, and a few of them are catching your eye, and your interest is, oh, I'll put a bid down on this. I'll try to get it because I want this one, that one, and that one. I'd love to have those. I don't care about the rest, but I want the others, So that's everybody, right? A sketchbook is very personal, like Marcus said, to the individual who got all those pages filled up. To everybody else, it's not going to mean anything. It won't mean the same. So it's just going to come down to the individual pieces. How many of them do you like? And so you're not going to bid as strong because most of them you're not going to really care about. You're only going to really want a few of them at most, So yeah, when you have 50 individual pieces, yeah, sure, it's easier to sell, and you price them out more easily when you sell them, that way.
Can I ask Robert, do you do anything like what you mentioned, like the portfolio that you get pieces of art that you commission and put that's sort of themed, or do you do anything like that?
Not themed portfolios. No, I just do it by size of art, basically. So I have one portfolio for smaller pieces and others for larger.
Do you do any sketchbooks?
No, I don't have any sketchbooks. I've dabbled a couple things in jam pieces, which is the closest I've come to a sketchbook for having to pass one thing around to multiple artists, and just the logistics of it, I found annoying.
Yeah, the logistics are daunting. Yeah, challenging.
Oh my gosh. Look, guys, look at this comment from Lee. I sold a Simon Bisley Lobo sketch out of my sketchbook because he pissed me off due to him being drunk while doing it, and he allowed the Sharpie to bleed onto my Kaluta shadow sketch. Oh, brutal. So sorry to hear that, Lee. That's terrible. Wow. Wow, that's terrible. Hey, Carl. Yeah. But Marcus, I agree with everything you're saying. Trust me when I say I agree with everything you're saying. That's why I love the idea of a sketchbook full of sketches. It's your journey over a long period of time. And if you ever fill it out, I mean, it's got to feel supremely special. Yeah, because it's probably a multi-decade journey for most people. And even if you attend tons of shows, okay, it's at least still a multi-year journey. So trust me, all the positives that you're talking about, I agree with you. I agree with you. Like I said, there's pros and there's cons. But I also have to say, to your point, Marcus, about the fact, because Marcus said, oh, but if you still want to sell them, you could still cut out the specific images, the pieces from the sketchbook. But I gotta say to that, Marcus, is that as a purist, after spending who knows how many years it would take to fill out a sketchbook, I just know myself. Obviously everybody's different. I can only speak for me. I just can't imagine I'd ever be able to tear out a single page, let alone a bunch of those pages to sell them off. I mean, all those years of suffering that you go through to have to fill out a sketchbook. Nah, I wouldn't be able to break it up. So no, I just keep it, I guess,
Yeah, I would not sell my sketchbook, and I would never, even if I get out of the hobby, I would never sell the sketchbook. It would not go to an auction house or anything. Yeah. It's got too many memories, and it's just a fond journey through the hobby.
Yeah. No, I agree. Curious though, not that I want to segue into on a completely different tangent, but do you already have a plan of succession for your art? We've talked about this on the show before. That's why I'm bringing it up.
I know you've talked about it on the show before.
You've heard.
I've heard.
I don't know if I ever asked you. That's why I don't really remember if you said yes or no. What if I asked you?
I have instructions in my will.
You do have? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I have a very detailed. I have a backup to the comic art fans, the CAF. You download the data that you've put into a spreadsheet. That ability. I also keep a separate Excel spreadsheet with essentially the same information. Well, all the same information and more.
Right. So, hey, Evgeny.
Yeah, I would. I need to print that off and put it with the will, etc. But I keep that pretty well up to date, because partly for the reason that if something were to happen, it's there. People know what to do with it. There's recommendations in the will on what to do with it.
Yeah, good for you. better to be prepared than not prepared, right? Just in case. Lee follows up by saying that I sold that Kaluta shadow sketch too due to that bleed, but replaced it with a full figure by Kaluta.
That's impressive. A full figure by Kaluta in your sketchbook. That's amazing. What year did you get that? Oh my God.
And look, wow, Marcus got a sketchbook done in 13 years. Now, in all fairness, we don't know. Marcus, let us know. Do you send it to people? Are you willing to ship it back and forth? Or was that just you going to San Diego and WonderCon? Yeah, because that's really all that Marcus attends or whatever. So that would actually be very fast, I would think, if it was just through a couple of conventions, Individual pieces sound better to me. I hate it, sell it, love it, frame it. Yeah. No, me too. Like I said, that's what I probably do. As much as I like the idea of the book, yeah, I'd still do separate pieces. How many times did you have to leave your book with the artist, Marcus? Yes, exactly. Not meant to be flipped. Nope, that's true. We know that. Just the one time was enough. I'd rather have a generic sketch than to leave it with an artist to take home. Okay. All right. So he didn't have it shipped around back and forth all the time. 13 years. Yeah. It's a long time. It's full then, Marcus, right? You're saying it's full. It's complete. I imagine is what you're saying. I would like to get an artist's working sketchbook. What does that mean? I would like to get an artist's working sketchbook.
Buy a sketchbook from an artist.
Sketchbook, where they themselves, do their like little prelims and doodles and stuff. Yeah, reach out to them and ask them. I mean, they don't think that stuff has any value usually. So yeah.
Can I add one thing? That Jim Calafiore he does a sketchbook. He does almost daily sketches, and he's broken up sketchbooks and sold the pieces.
You mean his process sketchbooks?
Yes, his personal sketchbooks. He does a daily sketch in his book, and then he I remember running into him. He was showing those at, I believe, Terrificon, and he was wondering what should I do with these, and he decided to break them up and sell the pieces.
Okay. Marcus says he just left his unfinished sketchbook with Jiggy for a year.
Oh, that's interesting.
Year?
That's interesting.
But that's different. That's different. That means the fact that you already know how long you're going to leave it there for, that means you already have a plan. It's there for a reason, not because some artist is going to be like lazy and hold on to it and not get the job done. You've given him instructions for a bunch of commissions, clearly, So that's cool. Sketchbooks are very personal, usually lots of thought behind who will participate. Of course, Lee, of course, absolutely. Still haven't finished my first sketchbook, but I'm pretty shy on bringing it out. Well, that's why it'll take you a while, for sure. So Marcus confirms, yes, my second sketchbook is full. The first one that was held by the artist for 1.5 years is still incomplete, and I care less about it. Okay, very cool. Mickey says, I have a Leonard Kirk and a Barry Kitson sketchbook. Wow, Mickey. I mean, I'm not surprised about the artist selection. Oh, you mean a process sketchbook, the personal sketchbooks. That's what you mean. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant a bunch of sketches filled by only those guys, But yeah, they're personal sketchbooks. Yeah, that's cool. And by the way, Peter, speaking of Calafiore, I just heard the other day some very sad news. He announced that he has Parkinson's disease. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw him at Heroes. He's still able to sketch. It's not affecting his. Yeah. So.
Yeah. He says it's the opposite hand right now. It's being affected. Yeah. So he should be able to draw for still many years. Hopefully, but usually that's how it works. It's slow. It's a slow progressive disease.
Yeah.
Which is
I gave him my. I wished him well. I mean, I told him my support. It's a tough. It's an awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Actually, if you want to, I can. I also have a piece that I got signed by the two artists. A published page.
What do you mean the two artists?
So I have a published page that often, you take a published page that you have to get signed by the artists. And so that was another part of my goal, was to take that page and have the artist sign it.
Oh, it's not one that you acquired there. You took it for the signature, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Are you saying you want to show us that?
I could show that. I don't have a scan with the signatures, but I could show the piece.
Oh yeah, if you want, that's up to you. Yeah. Is it not a piece that you've already posted in your gallery?
No, not yet.
Oh, interesting. Look at you. Oh, special. I feel special.
Okay. Let's see. How do I do this?
You want to you want to upload a scan like Robert did? Oh, I see. Okay. I thought you had it near you and you were going to show it to the camera. Okay. So at the bottom, you should see a monitor icon. Click in there, and the share the share screen, or adding a piece, whatever, you do it through there. And let's see, curated. So Peter, where do you eat while you're there? Red Eye Diner, mushroom pizza? Tom's asking.
That's always Tom. I was looking to you to get recommendations for barbecue places. You seem to know all the good places. I don't have a particular spot I go to. Yeah, any good food. Yeah, exactly. It seems to change all the time.
Steve says, I remember watching a Biz YouTube interview last year where he said he's, speaking of Simon Bisley, he stopped drinking. Sounds like alcohol consumption was not good for him. I heard the same, Steve. I heard that he was on the wagon. That's what I heard. And I seem to think he did it a few years ago. I think it's already been some time. So, yeah. Let's wish him well. Anybody, who's addicted to alcohol, it's never pretty. So let's hope that he absolutely stays sober. Peter's making Ruben feel too special. Of course, he's my buddy, man. He's always making me feel special. Just him coming on here today to tell us all about his convention experience. Of course that's special, man. For sure. Hey, trust me, I had nothing to go on tonight, guys. So that's why I'm also grateful. That's why I'm also grateful to Robert. Man, if Peter hadn't come on to tell us about his convention experience, I'd been happy. I would have just started talking to Robert about whatever and anything and everything that had nothing to do with comics and art. I don't care. I'm just so happy to have somebody to talk to. I really had nothing to planned for tonight, So, it's not good for most people. What isn't? Oh, you mean alcohol? You mean? I'm assuming you mean alcohol. Yeah. If so, then I agree. Absolutely. Okay. So here we go. We got the piece in here. It's called a Cully Hamner piece, War Bond. All right. Let's bring this in. Hold on. Let me put us in the old, the previous. There we go. Art looking camera, and then bring this baby in. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me see. There we go. It's a little small. Oh, let me also. Hold on. I forgot. This is still up there. Let me know. Okay, now no more widget. So war bonds. Buy war bonds. Help keep our birds in the air. That's really a really cool Hawkman, World War II Hawkman piece there, Peter. Is that first of all, was it published or just kind of like a commission?
It was published, Hawkman Annual #2.
Oh, wow. That would have been the 90s?
95.
95, okay. Wow.
So Cully Hamner is the penciler. Wade Van Grawbadger is the inker.
Oh, Van Grawbadger. Yeah.
And the reason I like this is because it's a modern counterpart to the Bob Powell War Bonds ad that I have.
A modern counterpart. Oh, you mean based off of it?
No, in other words, to balance my collection, I have a Bob Powell War Bonds ad that he did during the war.
Oh, okay.
And then this one is sort of a modern takeoff on it.
I
Modern
see.
takeoff on a War Bonds ad.
Okay.
So in other words, a period piece of that time, and then a modern sort of take on it, on a War Bonds ad.
Yeah. It's got such a great graphic look to it. I love it. I love the slick inking by Van Grawbadger as well. Oh man, yeah, I really love it. I love the bottom third of it with the war bonds. You know, keep our birds in the air. That is super cool, man. That is super cool. And where it says Hawkman says, was that a stat or was that drawn?
That's drawn.
Because it looks drawn, but it's always hard to tell.
There's a stat below. Help keep our bonds in the air. That's a stat.
The help keep our birds in the air is also a stat. Okay,
that's a stat. But no, let's see. Hold on. That's a damn good question. No, that's original art. The Hawkman says is original art, and help keep our birds in the air is a stat.
You mean the whole thing, or just help keep our birds in the air?
Help keep our birds in the air is a stat.
Okay. By War Bonds was drawn and inked?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool. Very neat piece, Peter. Wow. And so you got it to sign. Where did he end up where did he end up autographing it?
Yeah, there's no room to autograph it in the bottom.
No border
on the, because there's colorist notes from Cully. So at the top.
Oh yeah, the top border.
The top border, yeah.
Yeah. You weren't you're against having it, let's say, the bottom right corner, but above the bottom line, horizontal line. In other words,
inside. That's sort of inside the art.
For you, that's inside the art, even though that 1/3 of the piece is not artwork per se. For you, it's still part of the image, the line area.
Inside the art, yeah.
Okay.
It's out. It's beyond. It's inside the border, is what I would say. Inside the border of the art.
Yeah. Well, it's very beautiful. Can I ask how long you've owned this one?
Not very long.
Oh, so it's a pretty recent acquisition then. It's
a recent one.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I showed on one of your shows. I showed the original Bob Powell War Bonds ad. I can upload that also.
Yeah. Do it just so we can to remind or
compare it.
Remind us, you know. That'd be good. And Lee, it's so funny. Lee followed up earlier, said on a different year, I had Glenn Fabry do a sketch in my first sketchbook. It was one of the first sketches in the book, and it took him a while because he was sloshed. Lee seems to run into a lot of drunk or alcohol-loving artists to get them commissions. You know. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so let us put this one down, and I will bring in the original ad here. Everybody, check this out. Oh, sorry. Hey, that's weird. I'm clicking the one with the original art, the great one in the cockpit. For some reason, this one is still the one showing. Hold on. Let me see if I can remove this. Oh, okay. There we go. They just overlapped each other. Yes. Yeah, this was a fantastic piece. Yeah. So it's an official war bonds art, an actual war bond art piece.
Yes.
Yeah. This was really cool. Yeah, very, very innovative. Yeah, man, that's cool. Again, can I also ask? You don't have to answer, but when you picked up the Cully piece, so this one, was it at like auction or dealer, collector, or Cully himself, perhaps?
Auction.
Auction, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, congrats on winning it.
Pardon?
Congrats on winning it.
Oh, thank you. Cully and Wade had not seen it in a long time, so they were pleased to see it. Like artists,
yeah, it's always got to be a kind of a thrill to, as an artist, to have fans bring you the art they haven't, they probably sold 30 years ago, and to have them, have a fan bring it back to them, and they see it for the first time in decades. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, so very, very cool. Rick, that's funny. Ask the artist if their favorite Rolling Stones album is Let It Bleed. Poor Lee. I've seen many artists drunk at cons and stars, says Tom. Can I ask them? Just ask them. Can I see you draw a straight line? That should be a requisite. You should ask them that. Tom says that Carrie Fisher at Star Wars Celebration was so drunk she needed 2 guys to help her back to her table, and she was barefoot. Oh boy, poor Carrie. It's in New York City. They must have been looking up at the skyscrapers and lost themselves. Oh boy. Let me see. She seemed pretty straight in 2015. Well, I don't think Carrie Fisher had the problems throughout her entire life. I don't think, but I'm not sure. I don't think she started having the problems. It wasn't like, since the Star Wars days and then kept going. I think it started later on in life, but I'm not.
No, it was
sure. Up and down, up and down, Robert.
Yeah.
With Carrie Fisher, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. Try to get off, and then you get back on. Try to get off, you get back on. It's sad, MLB says, I watch this guy get celeb autographs at cons. Some are nice, but most look miserable to be there. Just shut up and give me your money and get out. I agree. I mean, without even going to the convention, just watching videos of conventions, I've seen plenty of stars, if you will, the Hollywood people that would fit that profile, MLB, where they really just look like they don't want to be there. In fact, a few days ago, somebody on Instagram he put a little video of him going to, I don't remember what convention it was, but he went to go get autographs from, I forget his name, but the little person from Willow. You guys remember him?
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis. Thank you, Robert. Awesome. Warwick Davis. Yeah. And he goes up to him and it's like, oh my God, it was cringy. It was so cringy. It was so cringy just how he wasn't smiling. He just had a straight face. Yeah. And the guy's trying to tell him, he's trying to get a movie poster signed, and it's, it was just cringy. I was just like, ugh. As a fan, I just couldn't do that. It would just spoil it for me,
Never meet your heroes.
No, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly. It just kind of falls into that whole don't meet your heroes thing, Sometimes the thing is that sometimes it's a great experience, but boy, when it's not, gosh, yeah, it's painful. Like I said, I can imagine how painful it is to experience it in person, right? Yourself. Like, I feel pain for the people when I just see it happening to them, and they're just strangers to me. They're complete strangers, and I just see it happening to them on videos online, and I feel for them. Like, the empathy comes pouring out. I'm like, oh God, I can't watch this. It's so hard to watch. Yeah, so I can imagine what it feels like for them. It's like, ugh. Now, I don't feel bad if the person getting the autograph, trying to get the autograph, is doing it because they're dealers or whatever. They want to flip it on eBay or whatever. I don't, but but that's the problem. You never really know. Is it a true fan or is it somebody who's going to resell it? Whatever, Lee says that's probably what led to an early death for Carey. I'm sure it contributed. I don't know what I don't remember the official cause of death, but I'm sure that probably contributed, had to have contributed to some degree, Quick 5 seconds. Postcards from the Edge. Never saw that. I recommend watching about her and her. Oh, that's true. I forgot that it was about her and her mom. Interesting. Let me just quickly write that down. Now watch, Tom. It's probably not going to be available to me for free. Postcards from, back in the day, the reason I didn't watch it is simply, I didn't know what it was about, but just the title alone, I was like, Postcards from the Edge. What does that even mean? Nope. I skipped it. But thanks for the reco. I will see if they have it. If they have it, I will check it out, Tom. I thought she was famous for drugs, alcohol, sleeping around while filming Star Wars. Again, I'm not as into the whole Star Wars thing as a lot of you guys, so I don't know, but I don't remember hearing that stuff was going on during the Star Wars era. But I don't know. Robert, do you know anything about that?
I think that's correct, yeah.
Oh, really? So drugs, even drugs and sleeping around, alcohol, that sounds familiar even during like wow.
Yeah.
1970, 77 to 84, that first era. I mean, okay, I could see how maybe by 80 or 83, whatever, by the time Jedi comes out, they're all superstars at that point, and it's the franchise is humongous. But was it happening? Are there reports that it was already happening even during Star Wars 1 when nobody knew who she was and nobody knew who any of those people really were? Is that what the word is, apparently, Robert?
Wikipedia says she was reports using cocaine during Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, the second one. Okay, that's 81, I think. Wow.
It came out in 80, so filmed in 79.
In 80, okay, yeah, so filmed in 79, yeah. Shatner's miserable. Also from Harry Potter and Star Wars. Most videos, people were miserable. When I met Warwick in 2003, he was very nice. Well, 23 years ago, he's had 23 years of convention appearance since then. I guess he's just had enough, Hellboy, I think you mean Ron Perlman. I think you mean the actor. Is pretty nice. Ron Perlman was drunk at a Virginia con, scared my kids. He was so mean to us. Seen so many artists and stars drunk. Always sad to see if you love their work. Yeah, of course. It's very sad. And especially if you brought kids with you. Oh my gosh. That's even sadder. That's very sad. Might be their only income doing these events. Oh, not might. It absolutely is their only income in many of their cases. So, yeah. Well, I know why they do it, but still. It's like, put on a smile. Try to be nice. I mean, I know even if you don't want to be there, suck it up and be nice, That's what I say. Hey, what's up, JT? Debbie Reynolds. She was mean to you, Rick? Or you mean she was a drunk? I don't want to spread rumors. Next week, Castle Freaks on the Edge talk. I found watching the videos entertaining, seeing how rude and miserable they were after being paid $100 or whatever per autograph. I don't know. In a weird, disgusting way, I guess it can be kind of entertaining because it's almost like it's like another world. You're like almost it's like you're a fly on the wall, right? And you're privy to something that's happening. That's like, oh my God, what's happening here? So I can see, but I don't know. It's still painful to me though, here we go. But a title like Fried Green Tomatoes, he was there for the first showing.
Ruben, should I say what I've
yes.
Should I say what I've been asked to do?
Peter, speak, Peter.
So you and I and Hart have agreed to come up with our top 10 movies of all time list. Right?
I don't know. We didn't ultimately, we said that would be too hard. So it wasn't going to be top 10. In the end, we said 10 we really liked.
Yeah, 10 we really liked. That's what I meant. Top are the ones that we really like.
Yeah.
Maybe it's kind of hard to come up with the top 10 that you would say are the best movies ever.
We're right.
But the top ones that we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fried
green tomatoes might make my list.
Nice. Yeah. You see, Carl? You better watch it. Carl, watch it. Why would I tell you to watch? I'm not an asshole. I would never tell you anybody. I wouldn't tell anybody to watch something that I purposely hated and lie to them and say, oh my God, it's amazing. Well, you've got to watch it. Like, to me, that's not, even if I hated the person, that's not some kind of a punishment. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got somebody to waste 2 hours of their lives. Like, whoop-de-doo, you know? I wouldn't tell even an enemy. So I wouldn't tell a friend to watch something I didn't think that they would like. And I think that's a movie that most people would like. Yeah, it has appeal for everyone, I think, you know?
So it sounds anyway, like your 10 list.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about
So you don't like it that much then?
No, I like it a lot. I just like a lot more than 10 movies a lot. That's it, you know? That's the problem. That's the tricky thing, you know? The need to watch her interview. She tells it all. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks, Tom. She would spill the rebel base location while drunk. 80, what's 80? Some scenes in Jedi show her. Oh, 1980. Yeah. Her long pinky fingernail. Okay, celebrations for VIP holders. You got to see it all back then. Yeah. Verona just sold a postcard to Canada from the edge of Wisconsin. You sell postcards. Why are you saying Carrie Fisher? That's what we were talking about. Oh, Debbie is her mother. Yeah. No, I know that. Carrie Fisher's mom. Yeah, I know. Ruben wants to. Oh, that's because when I asked why did you mention her? Right. Thank you. Ruben wants to meet his hero Harrison Ford. Yeah, I can skip it. A mean drunk. Ford is mean and rude sober. That's true. That is definitely true. I've seen him be rude and mean sober. Yeah, good old Harrison Ford. That is very, very true. That'll be fun. Well, I didn't say Peter didn't say that we would be doing it on live television here on my channel. We just what he means is what he means is when a couple of months ago when we did a couple of episodes where we ended up talking a lot about war movies because Peter was here, and you remember, Carl, I was writing down a whole bunch of the suggestions you guys were throwing out, and then Peter privately sent me his top 10 list of his favorite war movies, plus a few honorable mentions. And so I said, yeah, like I'll take the time, I'll make the time, and I'll try to watch as many of these, as I can get, on the streaming services. And what happened is that then Hart, I don't know if you remember, but Hart came into one of the episodes, and then he or maybe he watched it on Rewind. And in the end, he asked Peter if Peter could send him his top 10 list. And so what happened was Hart and I both made the effort in the last couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, to watch as many of these movies as we could. And then we set up a private chat with each other. And yeah, what was it, Peter? Like it was like one of these shows. It was like a 4.5 hour chat. And we discussed all the movies that we saw and what we thought about it, And I got to tell everybody, it was really, really fun. It was a really, really fun chat. It was fun to do. And so we kind of agreed to okay, let's do this again. And that's what Peter was saying about, a top 10, but not favorite movies of all time. Just kind of 10 movies you really, really love. All three of us will make a list, and we'll eventually give it to each other. And then, we'll get together again on a web chat and discuss, So That's what Peter's talking about.
So I think I have to put one of mine as Harrison Ford movie.
That's okay. You got to do what you got to do, man. That's okay. I'll watch it if it's streaming. As long as it's streaming, I'll watch it.
You will watch a Harrison Ford movie
if it's streaming for the benefit of you, me, and Hart, and to do our little movie club thing. Yes.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. Yes.
Really? Wow.
I didn't think you would. I mean, look at Blade Runner and you and Jeff Singh.
I watched it.
Yeah, but how?
I watched it. I didn't say I hate it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I liked it. I just said, there's no way in hell anybody will ever convince me that above everything else ever made is the best science fiction movie of all time, of which many people agree to. There's no way. I don't know what you guys are talking about as far as that goes, but I watched it. And I even told him I was willing to watch one of the other versions because there's all these different cuts and whatever. We never got around to it so far, but I may watch it again, you know. Yeah, so don't worry, Peter. Hey, listen, just don't screw me and put your top whatever. Don't put 10 films all with Harrison Ford. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't fill it with a bunch of Tom Cruise and Harrison Ford movies, okay? Don't do that. Thank you, Carl. Yes, I remember now you telling me you did see it with your mom, but I think you said I don't remember what you said. What did you think about it? Let me know. Blade Runner should have won the Oscar for special effects. Yeah, I'm good with special effects. Yeah. Cinematography was beautiful. I'll give it that. Really, really fantastic. Do you like or love E.T.? Says Tom. I would say that's a tough one, man. It's a tough one because I saw it at the theater when it came out and I loved it, but I was 12 years old. Okay. And then as an adult, I probably saw it. I only saw it once, and that was only several years ago. I want to say maybe a decade ago or something like that. I don't remember loving it. I don't remember it being as good as when I was 12, but I did like it. It's a sweet movie. You know, I'd say it's very good. You know, and I'd still tell people to watch it. You know, yeah. E.T. made you cry though. E.T. did not make me cry. Transformers the movie made you cry. I know that, but E.T. did not make me cry. No. You might be confusing. I said I kind of got teary or wet eyeballs, whatever you call that, on My Girl. My Girl. Remember My Girl with Macaulay Culkin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he dies, and then she runs. She goes into the funeral parlor or whatever, and sees him in the casket, and then runs out crying and all that, and whatever. You know, and at the end, yeah. But anyways, kind of fun to give you shit because the title sounds kind of lame. I know that's why a lot of people do that though, Carl. That's a lot of people do it. Yeah, the title tells you like nothing exactly, you know. How another level. Witness. I've got to tell you guys, as I've been trying to catch these movies that I had on the war movies on Peter's list, I also took a little break after watching a bunch of war movies. I took a break, and like I said earlier in tonight's show, I watched a couple of nights ago. I watched a couple of other movies. Last night I watched Pope of Greenwich Village. That's another one I just watched. First time ever. Never watched it before. And as I watch this, I gotta tell you guys, you guys know me. You'll appreciate me saying this. Now I remember, having seen it, I remember now why, in spite of the fact, I never saw it before, in spite of the fact that it featured Eric Roberts, who I used to love. I remember it's because when I saw the commercials or whatever for it back in the day, I saw Eric Roberts looking like his perm, his horrific hairdo. He looked so awful. I swore there was like no way I was going to sit for 2 hours to watch a movie with one of my favorite actors looking like that. That's the plain and simple reason why I never watched that movie. But I finally decided, okay, what the heck? I'll watch it. I watched it last night, and it was good. I enjoyed it. So hope there's some other fans out there. Witness, I don't know. I saw it on the screen when I'm searching for movies. I don't know if it's free. I don't know. I gotta take it easy with the Harrison Ford thing. What's that, Robert?
Oh, it's Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah. Dial of Destiny. That sounds familiar. What is that again?
Harrison
Something's. What?
It's the Indiana Jones movie.
Indiana Jones?
It's the last installment.
Oh, is that the last one? Yeah. Guns from Navarone. So funny because I've not seen that one. I don't remember if it's streaming for free for me or not. But I gotta say, I always thought, just based on the title, I always thought that was a Western. It sounds very Westerny to me. Not only because it's got guns in it, but I guess Navarone is very close to Navajo. Maybe that's why, you know what I mean? In my head, it just kind of, turns it into that. Yeah, I always thought it was that. And I was like, oh, okay, it's a war movie. Yeah. And I think, Peter, you said that was a good one, right?
It's not on my list, but it's okay.
It's okay. Okay.
I mean, they're big fans of. I mean, it's popular, but it's just me.
Look, and they're making fun of me now. Lee and Marvel fan Tom making fun of me. Oh, as long as he doesn't have to pay for it. Good God, no. Guys, if I'm making an effort to watch a bunch of movies, I don't want to be paying $6, $8 per movie for all those movies. And most of the stuff that I try to search up, right? For crying out loud, I have 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 paid for streaming services, plus the free ones, right? And I would say the majority of things I search for when I want to watch a movie, they always come up, available to rent or buy for $6.99. Like, screw you. I'm already paying $40 or $50 or whatever dollars per month for the streaming services. That's the whole point of streaming, or at least that's what it used to be when there was only Netflix. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not going to pay $30-$40 a month for the streaming and then spend $5, $6, $7 per movie for all those movies I'm going to watch. Hell no. If I'm streaming for free, yes. Otherwise, no. And I'm proud of that. Yes. I don't mind saying that. You can call me a cheapskate, whatever. I don't care. That doesn't offend me. That's fine. It's not the money, it's the principle of the thing. That's the thing. Presumed innocent. You're just naming that. Now you're just naming off Harrison Ford movies. I remember liking it. The truth comes out. Yes, Carl. Yes, you liked Fried Green Tomatoes. Oh, yes. Hey, Tom Cruise dated my ex-wife's boyfriend's sister back when he lived in Jersey. Like what they say about 7 degrees of separation, Lee, I guess, right? Harrison Ford was in E.T. No, he wasn't. Was he? I don't remember him in E.T.
No.
Ruben never watched the movie. He just played the E.T. Atari 2600 game. I did play that game, and it was terrible. Awful, awful game. My girl, indeed. Yes. He needs his glasses. Can't see without his glasses. That's true. I can't. And neither can he. Best of the best was awesome. My best of the best. That the Eric Roberts, the karate tournament one, right? Pop it. Remember that? See, that's one of the very rare lines from a movie I remember and I can quote. Eric Roberts is Julia Roberts' brother. No, Tom. Really? I can't believe you didn't also add that he's also Emma Roberts' father. I'll be saying the same thing. Ruben does get a haircut.
Eric Roberts was in Doctor Who.
He was in what?
Doctor Who.
Like the British series?
Wasn't that a one-shot movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The 8th Doctor movie.
Force 10 from Navarone. I don't know that one.
That was a bad one.
Yes, extremely bad.
Okay. One. I'll take your word for it, guys.
Guns from Navarone.
Robert didn't even
far better than that.
Robert didn't even hesitate on it. It was like not even a split second. It's like
Robert back me up on that one.
Yeah. The first one was good. The second one was not.
He played the principal. Want to bet he was the principal in E.T.? I wonder if I recognized them and just forgot about it.
Interesting. I've never.
You don't see him on screen, I think. Like his elbow or something.
Oh, I was gonna say, okay, he was in it. Small cameo. Okay, on the set of it, and he got a part in the movie. The scenes were cut. Oh, okay. There's Rick, another one saying Force 10 was bad. Yeah, but anyways, so Peter, in the end, are you willing to divulge how many pieces you ended up picking up at the convention, Heroes?
Very little. I just I didn't buy any original art.
Oh no.
No.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, I mean, I know other people did buy major purposes. Someone bought a Mark Schultz wraparound cover. Another collector. Number of collectors bought a number of covers.
Well, I don't care about them. They're not here to talk about it.
Yeah. You know who was there that you would be very surprised was Sandy Plunkett.
Sandy Plunkett. Now, I would have gone to see. Yeah, I don't know what I'd say. There's not much to say to him. He didn't do much work, but I would have just told him, I love the work when you were working, and not much, but it was a beautiful. Every time your output was beautiful. I mean, wow, that's cool. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, his work is so amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, limited output, but the stuff that he did is
it was incredible. Just so brilliant. Yeah, I mean, he quickly became one of my probably top 3 cover artists at the time. Whenever he did I saw a book come out with a Sandy Plunkett cover. I was like, wow, another Plunkett cover. Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, really beautiful work, man. So that's cool. Did you go and talk to him at all?
Yes, I just for a second.
Okay.
I think maybe if I might commission something from him in the future.
Does he do commissions?
Yes.
I know he's done them in the past, but I don't know how often he does them.
I don't know. If he decides, I don't know. I don't know what the process, what the expectation level should be. But
yeah. Two comments from Carl saying, "Good job, Peter. We don't celebrate not spending money enough."
My friends were surprised. My friends were surprised.
Okay. And Marcus says Plunkett would need you to leave the sketchbook with him. I agree, because he's not fast. So that's probably what would happen. I would say that. Yeah. So if you wanted to do it in the sketchbook, Plunkett would have to be more likely. Here's a loose piece of bristle board or whatever paper he may have with him. Yeah. And he works super slow. Yeah, indeed. Lee says, Peter, no original art purchases at a Comic-Con? I bought 2 pieces at a horror con. Come on. Sometimes it happens, Lee. You go there, you look around, you want to buy stuff, and then you're like, wow, there's nothing I want here. Robert, has that happened to you?
It's always something.
There's always something, but like, how many times would you say you've gone to a show and you had thousands of dollars in your pocket, and you spent some money, but maybe it was like no more than like $1,000, or you know what I mean? Like, or forget the money. You maybe bought a piece or 2 and minor pieces that you kind of maybe thought, like, I'm not really finding much at this con. I guess I might as well pick this up since I'm not really getting anything. You know what I mean? Like, feeling that, because I used to feel that,
Yeah, no, I've had that.
You have had that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Peter?
I'm sorry. What did you say again, Ruben? I wasn't listening too closely. I was looking at the chat.
Always busy looking at the chat. I get it. Have you gone? Has it happened to you where you go to shows and you're not finding stuff like at Heroes, right? This time around, this weekend, and you're not really finding anything, but you decide, I'm not really finding anything. Like, and maybe it's a subconscious thing or it's a conscious thing. I don't know, but you kind of realize whether it's on the spot or later on, you kind of realize, yeah, I'm not finding anything I really want. So I'll buy this piece. It's still pretty cool. Or I'll buy this or that piece, like one or two pieces, just because you're not really finding anything you really want. So you still want to spend money and get some. You want to come home with some art. Like, have you ever felt that and fall into that kind of no?
No.
Interesting.
No, I feel like I need to fill the sketchbook. There's always that push, and I'm always thinking, okay, this artist, this character, what would work really well in the sketchbook. But in terms of, do I feel the compulsion that I have to come back with art? No, I don't think so. I know that's weird. I do regret sometimes not picking up something, but everybody has that kind of experience or regret. I would say that this was out of all of my cons, this was probably the lowest one ever.
The lowest what?
Lowest spending one.
Oh.
The least
ever.
Yeah, ever. And the reason is not that I think it's just I'm more picky than usual. And I also didn't see things that really grabbed me. Not that there weren't wonderful things. There was a lot of stuff, but nothing that really grabbed me and said, I'd love to have that in the collection. But also, I'm also cognizant. I would prefer to kind of stay more on budget.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that too. Yeah, I back in the day, I wish, I was more like you, where I could help it. But no way, I was the opposite. I was like what Lee's saying here in his comment. I can't help but buy something at a Comic-Con. I have to justify the admission price. For me, I used to get in free all the time, okay, because I always knew some dealer or other would give me a free badge, so I don't have to. I didn't feel like I had to, justify that, but I definitely felt I had to justify all the time and effort. Like, if I got to fly all the way here, you know what I mean? I come all the way out here. I spent this much on the airplane, this much on the hotel. So the whole experience is already, I'm in the hole this much, and it always comes out to like some 4-figure sum, obviously, so I'm just like, no, like Lee says, I can't just go home empty handed. No. And I would force myself to buy stuff. I remember this one time, I was like around 2000, I want to say 04 or 05. And I went down to San Francisco to WonderCon. It's when WonderCon was in San Francisco. And it was a bad show. It was like a month after San Diego. Okay. And what didn't occur to me at the time, it just didn't occur to me, was that a month after San Diego, why would I expect to find anything I hadn't already seen in San Diego? Because the dealers setting up with original art in WonderCon were the same ones who were at San Diego a month earlier. And for a convention a month later, those guys are not going to go and let me change up my entire selection of art for the next con a month later. They just bring the same stuff, And so that didn't occur to me. And so I found nothing that I wanted that I collected at the time. But I was like, okay, I got to go home with something because this trip's costing me too much. So there I am buying things that to me were overpriced. I'm like, at the time I bought a John Byrne Captain America page that I felt at the time was probably fairly worth $1,200 to $1,500. And I paid $1,800. Stuff like that. I was like, okay, whatever. It's still a cool John Byrne Captain America page. Whatever. I'll take it home. I'll look at it for a while. I'll enjoy it. And then I guess eventually, since it's not what I collect, I'll sell it. You know what I mean? But while I'm there, I just feel that compulsion. Like I can't go home empty handed. That would be the worst convention of all, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather just overpay and buy art I don't really need or want, you know?
Artists and dealers love to hear that.
The signature auctions, Tom, they always have nice pieces. You know that. No need to mention that. Should have bought a Tusca off of Dewey. You mean Peter? Did he have? By the way, Dewey usually, when I see Dewey like online, he's usually trying to sell something. I mean, he sells stuff from time to time. Did he have anything for sale? Was he trying to sell stuff at the convention?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't ask him directly.
Yeah. Okay.
I have bought stuff from Dewey before.
Oh, you too? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's nice. Mickey says, I have to limit myself and not spend too much. What? Oh, you mean, because yeah. You would easily spend a ton and you got to try to hold yourself back from spending. That's what you mean. Yes, Mickey, we know you. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Dewey does have Tusca art for sale in his calf gallery, though. Okay. Yes. Well, yeah. Okay. In his gallery, he's always have something in his gallery that's available for sale. Then again, what collector doesn't? Not everybody, but a lot of collectors have some things for sale in their galleries. You know. Tom says that I've been to Heroes and only picked up a few cheap comics because the pieces I wanted were overpriced, and the dealers, most there I would see at other cons. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but still, you probably you picked up those few cheap comics. I'm not feeling that, I'll pick up something. They're cheap anyways. I'll pick it up just to have something to take home with you, right? But Tom continues with, but if I went now, I would go to Artist Alley and really check it all out. Well, that's what I thought you did, though, Tom. I thought when you go to a convention, don't you check the dealers and all the artists? I mean, that's what I always used to do when I'd go to the cons. I'd go up and down Artist Alley, you know, and multiple times, you know, just to make sure did I miss anybody, any portfolios to look at. Because at a convention, I always felt, for me, yes, I was, you know, if I was focused on collecting something specific, that was fine. But I always have to admit, I always kind of was open to looking for squirrels, you know. So that's why I always went up and down Artist Alley, looked at all the inventory the dealers had, because you just never know. Maybe something catches your eye and, oh my gosh, you know I don't collect this, but this is an exception that I'd like to have, you know? There's always exceptions. Yeah, so that's kind of how I've always been, you know? Always looking for that squirrel. Now, in these days, it's different. I try not to spend much anymore, but back in the day, yeah. I would go to Artist Alley and really check it out, yeah. Rubén didn't go for the art. He wanted to win a Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively meet and greet. Oh, boy. Especially if it was during the time of Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Yeah. No, I would not have spent the money to go and meet and greet her. Yes, Peter, I see that face. I see your face. Yes, I really enjoy Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I probably watched it 3 times, I want to say. Yeah, I've watched the sequel only once. It's not as good. But yeah, it's Peter, you should watch it. It's a story of friendship. Don't let the young teenage girl thing make you think, oh, well, of course, why would I like it? It's for teenage girls. I mean, sure, the movie makers want that audience, but it's one of those movies that anybody of any age and gender can enjoy, because at its core, it's about friendship. It's sisterhood, right? It's the friendship, the bond between the friends, you know? Yeah. And I like coming of age movies as well. I've always loved coming of age movies, you know? Oh, speaking of coming of age, that's the one. I'm going to put that one on my 10 list, my list of 10 for you and for Hart. Oh, okay. I'm not going to say what it is right now. Oh, that's going to be hard to put that list, but I hope I don't forget it.
You know that it's about pants, and I'm not a sycophant.
You might be a sycophant. No props at Comic Cons. I haven't bought a prop in many. You haven't bought props in many years, really? That's why you're selling them all. You're trying to get out of props so you can use the money for artwork, Tom. It was for Green Lantern. Is that what you did, Marcus? You went to see them both for the meet and greet during Green Lantern? Tom, you see? Tom, look at that. Look at that, Peter. Somebody else has my back. Sisterhood is a great chick flick. Again, I don't use those terms, chick flick, whatever. Like, anybody can enjoy it. It's friendship. It's a friendship movie, you know? He said it's great. That's the point. Stanley says that I'm a softie. I don't know if I'm a softie, but if it's good, it's good. I just like it if it's good. Stand By Me is better than Sisterhood. I mean, it's different. It's different. I would never even think to compare the two. I don't know why you would compare that. Stand By Me is it's a classic. It's a classic movie. I've watched it a few times. The last time I watched it was probably a year ago or so. You know, yeah, it's a classic. I love that movie. I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't compare them. It's different. Brotherhood or the Traveling Sketchbook. Nice, Rick. Ruben shared pants with his bros. I definitely did never share clothing with anybody in my life. Not that I would have been opposed to it. I borrowed clothes when I was young, when we used to go out to the clubs, like, you know, late teens, early 20s, in that era. My friends would always want to go to clubs where you had to kind of dress up. And I didn't have dress up clothes, so I always had to borrow their clothes. Yeah. The traveling pants prop would be of great interest to me. If it was free, I'd take a prop. I don't want to pay for it. I won the meet and greet. Oh, you won? You won a meet and greet with them too? At WonderCon? Flipped the signed poster for a few hundred to buy art? Did you? That's a pretty funny story, man. Wow. Marcus the Flipper. Flipping signed posters after you meted and greeted Blake Lively and her husband. I'll say her husband because I don't really care about him, you know, very much. But that's so funny. You won the meet and greet. How do you win a meet? Who raffles off meet and greets? I thought you had to always pay for them. It's kind of weird. It's about male friendships. No, I know. I've seen it. I know what the movie is. I know. But it's still a very different movie, you know. A lot of coming of age movies about, you know, friendships and stuff, you know. But yeah, it's a classic. Cavarici, Z Cavarici. I don't know what that's about. That's only a minute ago. Can you explain what you're saying about that? Z Cavarici. Matt's back. Well, that was a disappointing end to the NHL season. Yay, North Carolina! Sorry, Vegas. Hey, come on. I'm not a North Carolina fan. Sorry, Tom. But I just kind of get tired when a certain team in a certain sport kind of wins every year for several years, you know. Like Las Vegas, they've had enough winning for Las Vegas. Enough. I'm tired of that. No offense there, Matt. But hey, that's life. What are you going to do? You had enough winning for the last few years, okay? Most men borrow clothes from prom, wedding. What? How much would Ruben pay for those pants? I wouldn't. I would not want to pay for the pants. I don't really want to own them. I'm not a prop guy. I don't want to accumulate props. Thank you. Goodfellas, much better than Sisterhood. Ray Liotta, awesome. Rest in peace, Ray. I've been a big fan of Ray Liotta since the beginning of his career. So sad that he's already gone. It's crazy. Carl, look at Carl doing one of those weird, I don't know what to say, so I'll just show you googly eyes and then come back with 3 pairs of googly eyes. All right, googly eyes back to you, man. People here are going nuts over the hockey. I can imagine, Tom. You know, that's you guys, you know, you won the cup. What do you, of course. North Carolina going crazy for sure, huh? Z Cavarici wore club pants in the 90s. Oh, I'm not familiar with them. Sorry, what are you saying, Peter?
Had a good time spending a little bit of time with Carl Choi.
He was there?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay. Okay, good.
I was talking with someone, and suddenly Carl shows up. It's like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah, and then I accompanied him to he was circulating. He circulated his sketchbook to someone. That was cool.
Well, Carl, I'm still waiting waiting patiently, very patiently, for my PDF file of the comic book, number 1 to 6. Although I keep receiving plenty of emails from you promoting other stuff. Still waiting for the first one. Of course, I'm just joshing you, but I'm looking forward to it. How close are you now to you guys to finishing it? Give me an honest estimate. I'm not going to go and tell those Kickstarter people. Just give me, between you and me right here, right now, how much longer before it's finished? Let me know, man. And before you think you're ready to send them out. I'm just curious anyways. Trust me, I got tons of things to read I haven't read in years, so I don't know when I'd get around to it anyways. Triple X. Carl is very bougie like this. Marcus, Carl, Ty, he's tired from the weekend. PG-13. Lots of emails. Rubén the Evermind. Did you get it, Marcus? Are you going to get Evermind? Where's my Evermind, Carl? Rubén the Nevermind. Hey, that's actually the best thing you've ever said, Tom. That's a great pun. Up there with all of Rick's best puns. That's actually really awesome. I waited too long for your Kickstarter, Carl. Now I'm Rubén the Nevermind. That's awesome. I love it. But I notice you're kind of being quiet and not answering my question as to when I can expect to get that Nevermind. Because, by the way, I'm gonna have to reread. It's so in depth, those first 3 issues. I have no choice. I've already forgotten everything that happened, so I'm gonna have to reread the first 3 plus, the last 3 or however many issues. Yeah. So, but I'm looking forward to checking it out when it's ready. You were always on my Evermind. Love that song, man. Elvis. That's a great tune. I'm not a big Elvis fan, but that may be my favorite Elvis song, by the way. Eternal. That's another one. Thanks for reminding me, Marcus. I gotta read Iranga's. How do you pronounce that, Marcus? Do you even know? Peter, Robert, have you guys heard of Iranga's comic that he put out? You know about it, right, Robert? Mm-hmm. Do you know if it's do you know how to pronounce it?
Oh, I guess Eternal.
Hey, Eternal.
AE is usually pronounced I, but
okay. I should ask Aranga anyways, but I just figured I'd reach out to them only after I got it and read it, and so I can at least give him feedback on it or whatever. So
I will say that Aranga was another person that suddenly
was there.
Yeah. And I go, oh, they're wrong. There he is. He popped up suddenly, and I go, ah. And the other person that did that to me was Rich Cirillo's wife, Mara.
It's Mara. Don't piss her off. It's Mara.
Mara. Okay.
Unless she gives you permission to make it Mara, which she gave me permission, but she told me that's not the right way. So I don't want to. Yeah. Why would I do that? Mara.
So I got surprised by 3 people: Carl Choi, Iranga, and Mara.
Okay, Marcus is confirming, Robert, that it is pronounced Eternal.
Eternal. All right.
Eternal. Yeah. Read it just like it sounds. Okay. Yeah. And speaking of Mara, I actually, man, one day when she comes back here and we're talking about movies, I got to remember. Because at one of the last movie shows that we were doing like about three months ago or so, she was in the chat, and then she started having a side conversation with somebody. I don't remember who, and she started sharing like movies that she liked, with that person, whoever she was talking with, and I was intrigued by the title of one of them, so I was like, okay, let me see if I have that, and I had it, so I watched it. I've been dying ever since. She doesn't know. She hasn't been back, so she doesn't know that I ended up watching that movie, because I never even acknowledged the fact that she was having that little side convo, So I need to tell her that she was having that side convo. She mentioned a movie that she said she really liked, right? And I checked it out, and I need to talk to her about that. So yeah, whatever. One day when she comes back, yeah.
Well,
the news. The news, Peter, is not good. Let's just put it there. Let's leave it there for now.
Well, yeah.
I have some positive to say about it. Something minorly positive, yes, but generally speaking, holy crap. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you'll have to ask Mariah to come on.
Mara.
No, her new name is Mariah.
Mariah. Oh, why are you talking about collections black?
But I will say that. But I will say that it was a great social fun time at Heroes this year.
Yeah,
it was great social fun.
Yeah. Did you do much socializing outside the convention though? Like, I mean, not in the convention room, like with more than just one person at a time here and there?
Yeah. I mean, you have the meals, right? And then I had a couple conversations with folks, not outside. I mean, I had a breakfast with some people, saw people, the Emily's bakery is a common favorite spot for breakfast. It's a French bakery just a block from the convention center. And I love going there. And you always see people there and have a chance to say hello and, I've had a breakfast there once this time and with some people. And it was a lot of fun just running into people. Compson was there. I was sitting at the
Compson went, okay.
Yeah, and I went to the sketch commission panel with Tyler T, etc., and sat down, and Compson was right behind me, and so I finally got a chance to see him.
You hadn't you had missed him at the OAX? Is that what happened?
I think so. Yeah.
You didn't see him there? Okay. Okay. What's Mickey saying here? Peter, the calf meetup. What's he talking about?
Oh, the calf meetup. That was the.
Is he trying to start shit about
big one? That's the big one. I forgot. Sorry, Mickey. The Rob Roche. He every year he has people over to his place.
Oh, I heard, right, because he lives there, right?
Yeah, he a CAF member, a huge Ghost Rider collector, and so he has
Cosmic Ghost Rider fan, as I recall. Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay, yeah, and his dad is also collecting art too. And
really?
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. You see everybody there, meet some new people from CAF. So it's a great social hour, and it happens right before it happened right before the art auction. They're very nice. They're very nice people. Him and his wife and his father. So his mother was there too, I believe. And so it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was great social hour.
Very cool. Yeah, that's important. That's you know me. That's what I've always said. So
yeah,
that's
I never met Matt Moore, for example. I met Matt Moore there.
Oh yeah, really? The Nightwing guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cool. How did you meet him? Because he's not like on social media or whatever. So how would you have like connected and spoken to each other?
We just met each other at the Rob Roche.
At his get together.
Yeah.
By the way, Carl is saying that you were in the same room as Compson at multiple events.
That's.
But when you don't know people, right?
Yeah. Well,
you can't meet everybody.
I had
you miss people.
Yeah. Compson was at the same breakfast that I got invited. I was at. I think this morning. Was it this morning? Yeah. So yeah.
Actually, I was looking to wrap it up in a couple minutes, to be honest, Carl. But whatever, we'll see. Let me see.
I think I have met Compson at OAX. I'm sorry. Probably.
Oh, you didn't?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. So Steve says, with all the art readily available for sale online, are there ever any real surprise finds, or like art finds at cons anymore? The last few times I've gone to NYCC, it was nothing that I hadn't seen on dealer sites. I mean, from the dealers, you have to expect, yes, most of what you'll see at their booths is going to be what you see on their sites, for sure. That shouldn't be a surprise to you. That's what you should expect. You know, with some odd differences here and there, they'll have some stuff that isn't on the site, but you know, a lot of what you see on the site will be in their inventory at the cons, for sure. But it's a good question for you, Peter and Robert. You know, with all the art that there is online, do you ever find any real surprise finds at dealers? If you look at dealers, like, you ever feel like, oh, look at this, wow?
Not at dealers, but that's not why I go.
Right, right. But Robert, do you still check out the dealers though?
Occasionally, if I'm looking for a specific artist,
okay,
I may, but not just. I mean, it would take an hour at each dealer.
Yeah, I know.
And I'd rather see, and I can already do that much more efficiently on their website.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Don't wait. There'll be another hour before you get home. Okay. I'm definitely not waiting. Peter told me he couldn't recognize Compson because all Asians look alike. No, that's what white people usually say.
Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. That's great.
Peter called me Marcus when he saw me. Hey, Marcus. Albert always, yeah, he's the only guy who will bring stuff. That's exactly it, Marcus. You said it perfectly. He will have stuff you haven't seen on the site because he hates scanning art. Yeah, for sure. That's funny. And no, Mickey, all the art is not online. Of course not. Of course not. But specifically with most dealers, you know, if you're familiar with their online inventory, if you're very familiar with it, seeing them at conventions, you know, you're going to feel like, wow, this is mostly all very familiar. That's all we're saying. That's a fact. Not cool, Peter, says Stanley. That's funny.
I will say that I did drop by Felix's table to say hello.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Yeah. How was he doing? Was he busy? Must have been busy.
He was super busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm sure you had a good show with all the artists, you know. They always do, right? So, yeah. And yeah, Mickey, and he's saying Anthony always has stuff that is not online. Exactly. That's because ever since he became a volume seller, he doesn't have really time. You know, he's so going to so many different, you know, conventions and whatnot, trying to sell stuff that it's like, yeah, he'll get to conventions and try to sell the stuff before he even has time to sit down and have his people scan it, you know. So we are not PC here, says Lee. Carl, is he shitting? Is he being a shit disturber? What Peter thought he stopped by Felix's table, but it was actually Devin, Albert's brother. Nice. Oh no, Peter, why?
Oh dear.
He thinks all Asians look the same. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But Peter, before we wrap it up, I'm curious. Anything else about the show that you remember? Was there anything different that made you think like, oh, you know, this didn't happen in previous years that I'd come here, or I don't usually do this. Oh, that was fun. You know, something like that. Anything that kind of stood out that doesn't usually or hadn't in previous visits to the show? Or did it feel kind of like same old, same old?
It felt more, it felt more, there was just a lot more going on for me at this, but I mean, I guess what I want to say is I had some really good conversations with some artists also that I really appreciated.
Oh, that's nice.
And I sometimes wish I get to know some artists better, and I'm just a little shy about that. So, but I often have good conversations at Heroes with artists, and this year was like that. So I that's another reason I like Heroes, but it was more of this. It was about the same, I guess, is what I could say. I'm sort of meandering back and forth on this, but
no, it is what it is. But is it fair to say that at this particular event this weekend, was it more sociable than it has ever been for you in the past?
I think it was less art finding, hunting, and more social probably this year.
Okay, so the statement I just made is it potentially the most socializing you've done at least at the Heroes Con?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, Peter, that's, I believe, the first, if not the first, certainly one of the first things that you mentioned early on. One of the first things that came out of your mouth about the show was that you noticed how much more socializing, how cool it was with the socializing. It's one of the first things you talked about, so to me, that means something. That means you probably that it had a bigger than usual impact on you. I would think, Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just saying it seems by what you said, it sounds like that may have been the case,
Right. Yeah. No, that's true. I also I'm also involved in this I just joined this association where you have to, CFA-APA.
You've just joined the APA?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right.
Just did my first article.
Oh, you've already. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you could be like Jeff. Jeff always emails me PDFs of his articles so I can read them.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, because he agrees with me. The reason. So I was asked to join many times, and I came close many times. Right, but I always struggle with my decision, and it was always the same reason why I ultimately said no, why I passed on it, and it's because I personally can't get over the fact that they want to keep it old school, like when it first started back in decades ago, where it's just limited to 40 or 50 members, and you put all this effort, there's great, fantastic articles, I've read over the years in those issues. And to me, it's a travesty that they still want to keep just for the sake of tradition and nothing else. They want to keep it to that, where I'm like, listen, we're in the 21st century here. If I'm going to go and spend hours, and I know for me, when I write, I labor over it. And if I'm going to go through all that time and trouble to write articles, I want the largest audience possible to be able to be reading my article, not the smallest possible audience, And I can't get over that. That literally is the reason. It has always been the reason. Multiple occasions, and people ask me, "Hey, you should join. And I did think about it, and I wanted to, but I was like, no. In the end, I was like, no, I just can't. I can't get over that. I don't want to be writing just for 40 people and a few of their friends or whatever. So right. I don't want to discourage you by any means. I'm just saying, people that are there, they've been there for years. Some of the guys have been there for years. They love to write, and they're okay. They're perfectly fine only writing for 40 or 50 people. That's fine. More power to you. That's not for me, But that's cool. It's good to hear. But I'm not.
So a lot of the conversations at the con were about some of that stuff.
Yeah.
As a new member, learning some of the stuff, and my concern is just writing a really good article. And I'm really nervous about that. I want to make sure that
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just knowing that you're well spoken, you're a smart guy. That's enough for me to know you will do fine. Trust me, when you start getting familiar with some of the people that are in the group and you see the half-assed effort some of them make, you're going to really quickly be like, oh wow, okay, no, I'm in the upper half somewhere of content quality, as opposed to some of these guys and their half-assed efforts,
They know a lot. They have extensive knowledge. They're quite impressive.
There's a lot of very knowledgeable. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's fantastic. That's why I've always said that thing needs to come into the 21st century and just stop making it a limited edition thing. Do it by whether it's PDF or whatever way you want to do it, but make it so that anybody who can subscribe to it and buy copies of it on a PDF or even if it's the physical, whatever, but try to expand the audience. I mean, it's such amazing information, so many fantastic articles, and the hobby nobody knows it exists. Like, the hobby never gets to read decades worth of articles, fantastic articles that 99% of people, 99.9% of people don't even know exist and never had the chance to read and enjoy. And I find that sad, very, very sad. And yeah, so that's it. But anyways, I think you'll be fine. Believe me. You'll be fine. I'm looking forward. I hope at some point you will let me read your article, especially if your first one ends up being something based on war. I mean, that's what you're known for. That's what you're strong in, and that's what people, when they join, that tends to be what they kind of do, right? For their first issue, right? Because every issue has a theme, but you don't have to write on the theme, right? So new guys typically will write on whatever they're strong in, for their first article kind of thing. So whatever it is, I'm sure I think you're a great addition to the group, Peter. So
I appreciate that. Thank you, Ruben.
Yeah. No, you're very welcome. And by the way, Mickey said earlier that you actually turned down going to dinner with two artists at the convention. Is that true?
Well, it's not really. I got offered to go with that. Somebody said, "Hey, you can go with me. I'm going with this person, and you can go." And I declined a couple.
Okay.
He's just trying to make it sound like a big deal.
Trying to make it sound bad on you. Yeah. Tom wants to know, what's your favorite, OAX or Heroes?
Oh, they're too different. They're so different.
Yeah.
They're so different. I can't, they're Heroes, even though Heroes is not purely art focused, it's just a great comic book show, and it's a great time. So it's very different. They're different types of things.
Yeah. And one is very, very focused. It's all about art.
What?
Yeah, one is very, very focused because it's only about art. So you strip away all the comic book related stuff, right? And the other one is still a traditional comic book convention, but also one that focuses a lot on the comics as opposed to, Hollywood and all that.
Yeah, there's no Hollywood, which makes it wonderful. Yeah.
Right.
And the guest list is always great. They always have a couple people that you've never seen before that haven't gone to cons in a while.
Yeah.
Sandy Plunkett.
Yeah, Sandy Plunkett, yeah. These guys are, Marcus mostly. He's calling the CFA-APA the cabal, the Illuminati. I guess when you have little tiny groups like that, the secretive little groups, I can kind of understand. I can never pass the CPA part with the accounting. What? Oh, God. Tell them how you really feel. I always do. You know that, Tom. I'm not saying anything that, other people haven't said, but Peter's time less valuable than Ruben's. I doubt that. Have ChatGPT write the first draft. Problem solved. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, what's this? You have to tell us now. You have to tell. Robert and I are wondering what's going on with these comments. Who the heck is Jensen? Who's Jensen? What's this Jensen joking? Marcus keeps talking about Jensen making Jensen Wang. He said earlier, Jensen Wang. No,
I don't know.
Okay, He's making his own little side jokes, inside jokes that you don't even understand. I don't get it. Peter, just write the article in Korean. No one can critique it, or else they'd be racist. Well, they can't critique it. You're right. You're right. But unfortunately, they also wouldn't be able to read it. So Peter can be our mole and sneak us copies. Yeah, right. I never heard of this CFA-APA. Well, listen, when it's a little sort of fan, it's a fan built, fanzine, right? From like the early 80s or late 70s, early 80s or something like that. Where everybody just writes articles. Everybody's responsible for printing out the 40 or 50 copies of the article, and then they have to send those copies physically into a headquarters where somebody will collate everybody's individual articles into a big, thick, fat book. So it's very, very, very old school, and that's the thing, Steve. That's why I'm saying I didn't join it, because I would rather have a large audience, not a small one, So I'm not surprised you're not aware of it.
Scratches that is for me.
Well, you didn't buy any art at Heroes, so should be no contest. Any comics at Heroes, Peter? Tom wants them.
I bought some books and old art alter egos, and bought a book from Steve Epting, etc.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the CFA-APA started in the 80s. Yeah, there's plenty of backers. Yeah, but they're expensive. They're like collectible because there's so few copies of every issue ever made. On eBay, they tend to sell for a lot of money. So, who is the CEO of NVIDIA?
Wong. Jensen Wong.
Jensen Wong. Yeah.
Jensen Wong. Okay, but why are you guy? Jerry Bourne, the NVIDIA guy. Okay, but why are you guys talking? Marcus, why do you keep talking about him? I don't get it. I don't get the joke. Hey there, Jerry, lurking around. Jerry's always lurking. 85. It's 85. Okay, fair enough. Thanks, Tom. Peter falls into the hardcore collector for APA. No, I think he's gonna be great. Yeah, for sure. Printed media, the next big thing. The next big thing. Too much star power in here for me to speak of. Peter looks like Jensen. Oh, is that why? Okay. Apparently, you look like some guy who's the CEO of NVIDIA. Yeah. So whatever that means, you're the doppelganger or something. I don't know. So Peter, before we close up the episode, is there anything that we haven't covered that maybe you kind of noticed, you remembered, enjoyed, that you maybe wanted to bring up and talk about at all?
No, I think covered everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys in the chat, I guess that's a good time for us to all skedaddle. I know I use very old expressions. I'm getting old. I'm catching up to you, Peter.
Thank you, Rubén. You're such a nice guy.
I am a nice guy.
The ethnic jokes and the age jokes are really getting to me here, guys.
I didn't mean that in the way to say, oh, you're so much older than me. I just meant you are older than me. And I'm just saying I'm going to catch up to you at some point. That's the joke. It's a bad joke. It's a joke that obviously I can never catch up to you. But you got to wait for Carl. I'm not waiting for Carl. The NVIDIA guy looks like Peter. I got you. Okay. Marcus looks like Felix. Okay. That's not true. You guys are crazy. 2 protected characteristics. Rubén, HR called. Thanks. I'm fired. It was going to stiff Carl. Of course I am. He's still like 45 minutes away, man. Yeah, Stanley, it ain't going to work, man. It ain't going to work. These gentlemen have been nice enough to come in and hang out with me already, and it's been, I don't know, they came in late, but it's probably about 3 hours or so. So, yeah, no, I appreciate it, fellas. It's been nice to have you. So thank you again for yeah, for coming in when just for my asking, you guys once again have saved me. Yeah, I legitimately was just tired. And I was like, I have nothing. I literally have nothing for tonight. Nothing. Like, what are we going to talk about? And my plan was, okay, we'll just, say hi to everybody at first. And while I'm doing that, hopefully think of something, I was like, yeah, this is not looking like it's going to turn out to be a very entertaining show. But as often has happened in the past, you, Peter, and you, Robert, turned it into a good one, a fun one. So yeah, I appreciate it very, very much. So thank you guys again. Very appreciative of you.
Thanks for hosting the hangout.
And you guys, the rest of you, don't forget to go see Nikki B. Haircut gives me power. Thanks for the show. Yeah, thank you, Ian. Appreciate it. See you on the next stream. Robin, Peter. Yeah, see, there you go, Steve. Thank you, P. I appreciate you mentioning it as well. I don't want it to just be me. I know most people do as well, even though they forget to mention it. But thank you, Steve, for saying that you appreciate Rob and Peter. I say Robert because Robert goes by Robert. Correct, Robert? You're always Robert. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And yeah, so that's it. So you should ask Peter about NVIDIA. I'm not going to because he apparently doesn't know what you're talking about. Prepare for next week's epic marathon. You prepare. I got a lot of work to do, but don't expect 10 hours or anything close to it. Very fun show. They always turn out to be. Usually. I don't know about always, but usually. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. And thanks, Peter, Robert, for coming on tonight. There you go. Fun show, guys. Good night. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you. Everybody, don't forget next week the Felix show and tell. But of course, I will, as usual, once I get the thumbnail made and I schedule the show here on the channel. The day of, or maybe the day before, I'm not sure. I will, do the usual Facebook and Instagram posting or whatever to remind everybody. What are the rules of writing the articles? Do a hero show next. We just did a hero show this week. Why would we do a hero show next week? Next week is Felix. What are you talking about? Hopefully a lot more tell than show. Hey, I've said it before, MLB. Telling is my favorite part of the shows, even the show and tells. It's the telling that I like. I love the art. Sure, it's fun, but I still like the telling in between showing all the pieces. So have a bunch on to talk about it. What? Can't you just substitute a picture of a piece of art for the 500 words? What? Oh, you're talking about the APA, the minimum word count or whatever? No. You have to add. There's a certain number. I think it's 2 pages. It's minimal. It's like 2 pages of text with pictures or whatever. It's not asking much. Let's just put it that way. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. Good night to you. And that's it. So,
can I say one thing?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
I also want to say I enjoyed my time with Ed Harris and Jim Amish. That's it.
Ed, who I always see on Instagram. Yeah, was he with his son?
No, he was helping with the table. He won a few items at the auction.
Oh, okay. And did you say Jim Amish?
Jim Amish, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Is it pronounced Amish?
Yes, like the Dutch Amish.
Like Amish. Okay, nice. See, we learn something every day. Awesome. I appreciate it. Say 2 things, Peter. What? I don't know what these guys are talking about. Jokesters. But yeah, so thank you, everybody. Once again, don't forget Nikki B on Friday, the Daredevil art. And yeah, I'll catch you guys back here for Felix's show and tell next week. At 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. And until then, as always, go blue.